Alright, let me get this going. And oh wait, did I finish the recap? I didn't finish the recap.
We'll figure it out.
Last we saw our heroes of Hyrule. They had reached Lomai Labyrinth Island, the last of the three labyrinths. After dealing with the 8 Guardian Skywatchers, 11th Hour looted through all of the chests they could find hidden in the maze before facing the challenge at its center chamber. That is where they happened upon Koloktos, a metal construct protecting the Sheikah secrets within. Each hero was tasked with capturing his heart, locked within his body, guarded by 6 scimitar-wielding arms. Inari and Lorhanan made attempts for it, but ultimately were met with the force of Koloktos' steel. Lydian and Natara took more emotional approaches, the Rito offering how love is in his own life, and the Zora extending help to the construct. These two would be granted access alongside Aquila, who had a slightly different experience. She beheld a vision of Koloktos being crafted using her own ancient tool, and when presented with an opportunity to learn more, she allowed the voices that follow her to help in his challenge. With the final labyrinth's treasures acquired, our heroes split to allow Aquila time to sift through the fallen Skywatcher Guardian parts. In doing so, they found a Hylian woman. Oh, where'd it go? Hylian woman with bright pink hair waiting for them at the newly emerged shrine. Natara recognized her both from their encounter many months ago with Mija and from the vaguely threatening letter she had received signed Ozzy. There was no need for introductions, however, since she seemed to already know 11th Hour's names. Ozzy was eager to mention that the so-called Great Fairy War was already underway, and though she appeared honest, there was still something deeply disturbing about her intonation. After she disappeared, our heroes were still seeking information, so Inari reached out to her fairy father, who appeared for them in a nearby cove. The 4 of them left Aquila behind in the Labyrinth Island to meet with Ron, but their fears were confirmed. The fairies indeed were feuding now, and the people of Hyrule were about to be caught in the middle of it all, and with no escape either. Offering the only solution he could, Ron suggested our heroes find his younger sister Mija, since strategy is within her domain. Returning to Aquila, the rest of 11th Hour soon discovered that during all this time, she hadn't been harvesting Guardian parts, but tinkering instead. Things were still going awry for her, and she was even found speaking an unfamiliar language at first. Ready to depart, they agreed it was time to pay Miss Fosie another visit, since she might have more information about the fairies. But as they pulled out the Sheikah slate to teleport, a communication from Leho came through, blessing our heroes for completing her challenges, something she hadn't done in centuries. With that, 11th Hour arrived at Outskirt Stable to find it slashed and torn. The latest volume of the rumor mill suggested that the beasts of Hyrule are going insane and attacking people. One victim was suffering at this very stable, unable to die due to Ron's interference, but Lydian extended a healing wing to aid them. The rest of the day was spent traveling to Sanadin Park ruins, where Lydian had seen Miss Fosia in a scry, and upon meeting up with her, our heroes were able to obtain some additional information. That's where what I have written ends. The following day, our heroes progressed further up to Tabantha Stable. I forget what happened here, but as you guys, you teleported there, and then you went to cross Tanagar Canyon bridge, and you were about halfway across when the bridge started to shake and sway as an earthquake hit the general region you guys were in, sending a massive tree falling into the stable you had just departed from. Um, and that is where we find our heroes now, 11th Hour. You've just turned back to aid the poor people here at the stable as the earth continues to quake and as its tremors come to an end. What would you like to do? Bursting into action in front of this crushed stable, the horse statue totally smashed, destroyed by one of these trees native to this area, and screams of people coming from within.
Let me make a more macabre sound. Go ahead, Sarah.
Stable and minor.
Yeah,
mean,
something like that.
I guess if the stable is collapsing, we should probably try to lift, like look for people like in the ruins. Maybe like lift beams up, try to get them free. I don't know if anyone else has like a more idea of what they want to do, but that's where an Ari's brain would go.
So we will jump into a skill challenge of sorts. Each one of you are going to have one thing that you do here. And the goal, you guys are such well accomplished heroes at this point that the goal isn't just to save people. This is about morale at this point. Things are going awry here in Hyrule, and the people need somebody to turn to look for hope. So how success it's not a question of will you save everybody. It's a question of how are you saving everybody and instilling hope in them instead of fear. So each one of you get one thing. Who would like to go first?
Could Inari do the thing that she was just gonna do?
Yes.
Because I feel like that's pretty
Please.
straightforward. And I'm thinking, hmm. I would jokingly be like, oh, can I cast Beacon of Hope on some of the people I find? But one of the things is it prevents death saving throws from failing, and that doesn't matter. So we're not gonna do that. However, I think, gosh, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this fun. So let's see. Never mind. Maybe someone else should go while I figure out how I'm gonna flavor this. If someone else has a better idea of what they want to do.
I think, are we taking a short rest at all? Like, how long are we spending here? Very short time, or?
I think that there's not even time to really discuss that. You guys are jumping into action, so you need to decide what you're gonna do.
Okay, because I was gonna do like a song of rest and maybe give people like a morale boosting, energy building song of action, but we might not have time for that. So instead, I
I can.
will.
Oh, if you have something else, go ahead.
No, I mean that's probably what I would do. I would probably just kind of like rally them and kind of think about. I would sing a song in a way that kind of paints this as an important part of history, and that history is like painted by the victors on the other side, and everything just kind of like a rousing speech of like this is a critical point and we need to keep moving on.
Okay. We'll hop out of order then, I think, as far as like chronology goes. Um, and after everyone is saved and like recuperating, Lydian, you kind of begin to do the Song of Rest performance um, to inspire everybody with that. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
That is is my smallest roll a 10 or a 9?
What does it
I
say?
have to I have to check the harp. Hold on.
You rolled an 8 anyway, I guess.
I did. I could treat a roll of 9 or lower as a 10, so I got to 25.
Okay. Good to know. This is like a cumulative, like I'll tell you the outcome at the end once everybody's gone. What is everybody else doing in like the heat of the moment or something to that nature?
I can go if no one else has an idea yet. Can I go around and just like try and do mundane, like medical triage basically to people?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. There's all sorts of injuries sustained from the effects of here. Because, like, not only did, like, the horse statue itself shatter, splinter, and, like, pieces fell on people, people inside were crushed, and um, perhaps, like, other things around the stable. Maybe like firewood was dislodged and all sorts of things that led to a variety of injuries. Definitely go ahead and give me a medicine check, Akila.
Okay, so that's going to be a 17.
17 medicine. Okay. What else we got?
So I I think I'm still gonna try to use Beacon of Hope anyway, just because I like the flavor of the spell, because it bestows hope and vitality, so why not? And then if anyone does any healing, it they regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing, so I think that would also be pretty slight. I can send it, just in case. But I think she would maybe, I mean, Inari is Inari, so she'd probably use, like, her strengths to try to, lift people out of the rubble. And then as she was doing that, maybe she would be like casting the spell as she worked.
Okay.
Because it
Okay.
says any number of creatures, so.
Yeah. I think go ahead. I'm gonna have you make an athletics check for me for
Mhm.
doing, for freeing people. I will have not only you make this with advantage. This is a Beacon of Hope is like a 3rd level spell, right?
It's yeah, 3rd level.
So I'll have you make this with advantage, and if either of the other 2 that haven't gone yet do choose to cast a spell as part of their turn with like healing, they will have advantage on their associated check as well.
Okay.
So
All
go
right.
ahead, give me athletics with advantage.
Okay, it's a 22.
Great. Natara or Lorhannon?
I think Lorhannon would also tend towards healing here. Like with his aura of vitality, um, knowing that like that's enough to like he can spread it around to a bunch of different people. I think what Lorhan does is pretty similar to what Inari does ultimately.
Okay, so what is like the because I still am gonna have you make a roll of some kind. What is sort of the
Sure.
manner in which you're going about it?
I think that Lorhannon has the like winged boots, so can kind of maybe get to places in the rubble more easily than other people, um,
Yeah.
and so is like, trying to help get people out of places that like Inari's sort of like forward approach can't.
Definitely acrobatics with advantage as you use your ability to fly from your winged boots to navigate kind of through the rubble. Inari lifts something up and you dive under and pull people out. Um, and
That
you can make
is
that with
an
with advantage again because you are also healing people with your aura of vitality. You can mark that off as well, but in conjunction with Beacon of Hope, it's going to be with advantage.
that's an 18
Great.
acrobatics.
And Atara.
I mean, Atara would also probably be trying to heal people, but I'm gonna not have her do that because I don't know. I'm like trying to think what else she could do though, or would do. I mean,
I'd be healing people, but maybe not like getting people out. Or with Lydia and like helping.
yeah, I guess like
Right?
yeah. I guess Aquila was doing medical triage. I can be healing the people that she's triaging.
Maybe like giving comfort, maybe persuasion.
Sure.
Set, go ahead and make it with advantage because you're also healing.
Yeah. Natara would try to be comforting people.
Nice.
An 18.
Okay. Very good rolls, guys. Okay. Yeah, with all that, Lydian's song comes to a close. All the people within, obviously no one died, but everybody has been fully healed up, so they're no longer suffering, thanks to your combined efforts. Even though this was a very frightening event for them, they all seem like they're going to continue to go about everything all right. Like nobody is especially fucked up from this. You guys have been extremely successful, and this stable, which is your stable, all of them are, um, is very grateful for all of your actions. Very successful, guys. Good job. Good little. Excuse me. Good little opening. I'm dying. Good little opening skill challenge. Okay.
This is good for team morale at the company, guys.
Yeah.
This is
You
good.
know what also? You know
Big
what
quarter
also?
one.
In big
for
quarter
our
one,
guys.
you know how we can celebrate after this pizza party?
Pizza
I
party.
think that'll really.
Sorry, you guys were suffering immensely. Have a pizza party.
We were all thinking it though, right?
Oh
Exactly.
man.
I was
This
also
is also a corporate pizza party for sure.
speaking of corporate pizza party. I was actually thinking about this is on topic. I was actually thinking about using the stable network to our advantage in the long run. Like once this actually comes to a head and we need to rally troops quickly, we can send whatever we want through the stable networks, and then they'll all like rally up their biggest troops and everything. If we need to assemble an army, we can do that through the stables.
We'd have to fix them first.
Yeah.
Does it
Which, well, you're tinkering
like
right now, and you're gonna be
others-
enlightened
is it
soon.
other than horses and what the horses are carrying, or
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's very specific, unless I fix it really well. But also, we destroyed most of the components to fix it in our big fight with the.
You just
Apparently
need
you
to go
didn't go
off the edge
crazy.
of insanity, and
Yeah.
then you'll know how to do everything.
All right, you
gotta
guys
crack a
are
few.
looking more forward to this than I am.
You're
Right
like,
now.
become enlightened, Tequila. And
You
don't
gotta
just-
crack a few.
I think I know how to
sanities.
become enlightened, and you guys aren't gonna like it.
You gotta crack a few sanities to make an omelet.
The other thing, now that you guys have helped the people here, the bridge that connects Tavantha to the rest of Hyrule has been destroyed. If you recall, at the very end, you guys made it to the land before it completely snapped. It was not in great condition to begin with, but now two halves hang down on either side of Tanagar Canyon.
Right.
I
mean, that was in pretty bad condition already.
Yeah, like, I mean, we probably need to fix it eventually, you know. But that's not like the only.
How far is this stretch, Jenna?
I think here it is about 500 feet across.
Jesus. Okay. I was gonna say maybe we can put together enough hemp and rope that we can kind of make a makeshift bridge, but we would need 10 hempen ropes for one span across. So
I mean, is it like only snapped in like the middle?
You know what? I did describe it in half, but it really would have been on one end, swung down, and like part of it would have smashed on the floor of the canyon because it's 500 feet across, but the canyon itself is only like, wait, is it 300 or 3,000 feet deep? 300
300,
feet.
I feel like.
300. I don't remember what it is, but anyway.
1,000 is a lot.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't seem right. I think it's 500 across at its widest, like around the approximate widest, and about 300 deep. That doesn't seem. That's what we're gonna roll with for this.
300's not that deep though.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's that deep.
300 feet is not that deep.
I
you wanna
know,
just
it's
say
only a
Yeah,
football field.
That's a football. That's a football field.
Tanagar
But if
Canyon.
it's like,
Oh, here it
but if
is.
it's like 3,000, that's
Haha,
like
haha,
the
no.
width, the length
Here
of
it
the
is.
United
Camera on the
States.
dimensions.
I have it here actually.
Yeah,
2,500 to 3,500 feet deep, 500 to 1,500 feet across. And
Yeah.
this is one of the wider spots, so it is probably about 1,100 feet across here. but much deeper. So, in truth, it would have probably broken on one of the ends and crashed down and slammed against the edge of like the face of the other cliff, and a lot of the wood on it would have been destroyed. So it's probably most likely splintered wood and rope for a good portion of the bridge
So
now.
I
Not
think
in good
for our
condition.
purposes, bridge ergonomics aside, we should probably just fly across. Is there any opposition to that?
Even if we could fix it, I don't think anyone's strong enough to like pull the ropes up to help us start to fix it. So yeah, I
No.
think we just bypass it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You guys, with your various methods of flight, well, wait. Inari, do you have?
I can concentrate for 10 minutes and then have my bird.
All right.
You
So
could
if
also
we're
like
cool,
sit on the carpet with. Well, I guess does it?
both
I don't know.
everything first for a bit. I think my connection cut out briefly. What did you say, Katie?
Somebody can be on the carpet
True.
too.
Well, are we short resting here? Because if we are, then I will not short rest and I will attune to the wings of flying.
I'm cool with short resting. I guess we don't really have, you know, we there's the apocalypse, but there's nothing like pressing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I got time.
yeah, I got time. Okay, let's short rest. I don't
Sure.
need anything, but that'll give me a reason to, or a medium to play my song of rest anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It all works out. All
And I'll get my spell slot back, which
Yeah,
well,
true.
Is anybody else doing anything here at Tabitha's stable during a short rest? Because, go ahead.
I already talked to Lo today, right?
Yes, she sent you a message earlier. You
Yeah.
responded.
Okay, I don't know if there's anything I can do then. So
All right.
I feel like even though we determined that we probably can't fix the bridge right now, Natar would be like trying to figure out how the rope goes together on the bridge to like be able to fix it later. Maybe when we actually have supplies.
maybe
Yeah.
also Lydian would recommend. Are there any like? I know that there are a lot of trees, and Rito is typically the lumber exporter of Hyrule. Is there anywhere else that I would know that would have a bunch of lumber for a potentially new bridge?
Nearby?
It doesn't have to be nearby. Just like kind of giving recommendations to the stable owners and being like, hey, if you guys are in charge of this bridge, this is where to get lumber. This is where to get ropes. Like you can get it for this price. Like
Yeah, I mean,
maybe at least help out.
I think that maybe Tabitha Village. They are big on lumber. They haul their own to Tabitha Village a lot. I'm sure they could help. There's also what's it called? Satori Mountain nearby, which does have a lot of wood. You could suggest.
yeah, we
technically.
should tell them to go do that.
I'm
We should
just-
tell them to deforest the druid's home.
Yeah, I don't think about that. I think I just wanted to give them some good recommendations from people that sell wood to rebuild it potentially. Maybe I won't give them any money for like a loan or anything, but if they ask, maybe.
Yeah, the lumber industry is not super commercialized in Hyrule. It's more so by like a need basis, very local to
We should
different
capitalize
staples
on
and
that.
towns. Yeah, that'd be
Someone is.
Do you mean with Bolson Construction or?
I do mean Bolson Construction, yes.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but they're on the East Coast. They're not over on the West yet.
East
need to
Coast
make- we need to
Construction
make-
Consortium.
We need to make a rivaling construction business.
You're speaking
will
my
lose.
language here.
we
will
should
lose
build a Hateno
so hard.
2 first.
A what?
Hateno too.
Oh,
We should
Hateno
build
2.
Hateno
Yes.
2 first.
We should build Gerudo 2, where men are allowed.
Oh my god.
Just
Just
Gerudo
men,
2, but
the
it's-
boys' town. Yeah.
The Iga base is now Gerudo 2 town.
This is great. Like, Anari would actually be all for this because this is just fewer men going to Gerudo Town. Like, it just actually makes her life
yeah.
so much
It's
easier.
called
Like,
It's called the Man Cave, and it's in all of the Yiga sort of hideout place.
Not the man cave.
Man Cave is the new base. All right, let's get a move on. So we're short resting. Aquila, you are attuning, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I don't really know what I would attune to, if anything. Because I honestly looked at our magic items and
I'm taking the pearl of time. That's good.
Let me take a look.
I am
feel like
not
I need
using the lightning resist earrings. I don't trust Kotera. I have my options. I could do the net of warning, or I could reattune to Mija's bracers of protection, which don't really do anything practical, but maybe if she saw me wearing them.
what? What's
So
the
maybe I'll
necklace
do
of
those.
what's the necklace of adaptation do again?
Oh yeah, I'm drinking from the tankard of sobriety that a whole wedding.
It's a alter self item, Matt.
You're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out. It'll be better if you were drunk. That's the thing.
I don't know if people want
Oh.
to see a Nari drunk. That's scary, but
You're like better against like poison effects, basically.
I don't really see that being super useful.
Better than nothing, right? Like,
Ring of warmth isn't bad. Resistance to cold damage.
True. There's also the Hylian hood that Lorhannon is not attuned to.
Sure.
And that gives me like what a advantage on stealth, I think. Advantage on stealth, or
yes, advantage on stealth.
I could throw that on. I mean, sure. I'll take that.
oh wait, Daybreaker.
I don't think
doesn't-
Daybreaker
Yeah,
takes
I was I thought this was just magic item tracker, so like ignore me. I misread the attunement tracker sign that was directly in front of my eyeballs.
Wow.
It was like really bold and right there. Hmm.
Okay, attuning to the Hylian hood.
All right, so are you guys totally sorted with your attunements and various things now that you have the additional slot, thanks to Leho?
Thanks, Leho.
Thanks, Leho.
You're the only one who doesn't suck. At least in the same way that the other ones do.
I was so out of
At least
pocket
she's-
for Ron last session to just turn off the dead. Like, what do you mean?
He turned God mode on for everyone.
I'm just thinking about, like, I do not control the rate at which the lobsters die.
I do not control the die.
I do not control the die.
Ron is I control the die.
Oh, the
I
die.
control the die.
Everyone else, I do not die.
I do not die.
All right,
No,
well,
neither agree.
you guys wrap up your short rest, and with your various forms of flight, traverse the approximately 500 to 1500 feet of Tanagar Canyon. What?
Sorry. Since we're also taking a short rest, can I quickly try to once again identify what the spell scroll is?
Yes, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
You got this, buddy.
That's a crit. Yeah.
You crit,
Let's go.
Lydian.
Finally.
What's the big spell?
This is an 8th level spell called Maze.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
Wow, you put maze in the maze? That's awesome. So cool and relevant. Prophetess does not know what's coming her way.
If we cast it on the Lost Woods, does it become not a maze? It's just like a straight path.
It unmazes labyrinths.
We gotta cast this on Ron. I'm sorry.
Dude, imagine Bogey in this maze.
Would it actually be impossible for Mogi to get out? Because it's DC 20 intelligence check.
Hang on. What's Bogey? He can't be that. Well, he could.
Does anyone have negative intelligence in our group?
Bogey does have
Not
a -1
quite.
to intelligence.
I got 0.
Oh, never mind. It's not permanent. It's only 10 minutes. Okay, never mind then. That's less funny than I thought.
So isn't this just worse banishment?
Shut up.
That's longer than
No.
banishment.
No, because banishment they don't need to make a roll. This they make a roll. It looks like DC 20 intelligence check, and then they can escape the maze and come back. But banishment usually maintains concentration.
Banishment is a charisma saving throw.
Yeah, this is better.
Oh.
This is like the dance spell where you make the check after, so you're at least guaranteed to get
after.
one miss. Like you
Great.
burn one action at least.
Okay, this is so extra.
Well,
And technically it can't be legendary resisted because it's
Oh,
That's
so
right.
true.
That's
making
right.
saving you're not even making saving throws to get out. You're making
All right, this is
Check.
actually kind of clutch. I'm really excited about
you're
this.
making ability checks.
That's right.
All right, we got our plan.
Be
Sorry,
counter
Jenna.
spell, but
I had to put maze in the maze. I had to. You guys reach the other side of Tanagar Canyon and find yourselves within a valley. This is the general area that Miss Fosia had marked on Lydian's map for where Kesa is. So you guys begin to search for her.
can I detect portal?
Yes, you can. It is only a mile, correct?
Yeah. I guess we
Maybe
could
we
try
could
to find like a
or like
more
a
central
Yeah.
location in the area, but Natar will probably use it at some point to attempt to speed things up.
Yes, I think that will be fair. I like canonically in my head, it is more of a passive trait, and I feel like you'd kind of sense when you should use it. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of dumb that it's only a mile for like our purposes in this game. So, well, I got you. Don't worry.
Cool.
As you guys make your way through this valley, is anybody doing anything in particular? Or are you guys just keeping an eye out?
Keeping an eye out. I think we want to get
Definitely keeping an
Kesa.
eye out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. So eventually,
Make sure we're not going to get mauled by any animals.
eventually, speaking of that, Natara, you hear the familiar whirring of a guardian skywatcher up ahead. You can go ahead, give me a perception check with advantage, because this is your favored enemy. But you do hear this, and it immediately clicks that it is a guardian skywatcher.
Guys, we might have to kill these guys.
That is a 28.
Okay. Easily, Natara, you can clock that it sounds like it's moving in a regular pattern, as if it's. I think with a 28, you'd be able to tell that it's as if it's engaged in a fight of some kind already. You all then hear a blast and see a cluster of wings and feathers scatter into the sky up ahead. Out of view, mind you, is the Skywatcher. But then you watch as the birds circle back around in the direction that they came from. And as you all kind of cautiously make your approach to kind of get a better view to see what's going on, you see a sight unlike anything you've seen before because a flock of birds, mountain crows, islander hawks, all kinds, probably even a tiny sparrow, are all trying to fight this Skywatcher right now. All parties involved seem very preoccupied and pay no attention to you guys as you get close and eventually pass by. But things are going haywire in Hyrule.
I mean, we're Tara's stretching the definition of land here, right? Like birds are under her domain. Come on, man.
Lydian says under his breath, "Oh my God, the revolution! It's happening."
It seems perhaps that Leho might be winning the revolution.
I mean, it doesn't look like
I mean,
we're
with creations can die.
No,
I don't
probably
think the
not,
birds
but-
can.
Yeah, the birds cannot die. The guardians can because they don't have souls. Do birds have souls?
Oh yeah, Jenna. Do birds in this universe canonically have souls?
Yeah.
At
Do
what
regular
point
animals
do
have souls?
birds
How
evolve
sentient
to
does
be
a bird need to be to have a soul?
Yeah, why does Goofy walk
We're
upright and
back
why
to
does
the
Pluto
birds eating birds
attack Guardians?
just a different flavor?
You guys done?
Well, I'm serious.
No.
Like, I should actually know. Do animals have souls, or like are animals under the Ron clause?
Is there a smoking sparrow that is still attacking this thing with all of its might?
Oh yeah. You guys pass by. There's a couple more blasts that go off, and you see a bird does fall to the ground, dead.
Oh,
Oh fuck.
all right, thank God.
So
Can you
is
guys
it just
imagine if it was an undying animal horde that was just attacking us for like this entire
Yeah.
journey?
We would also be on
no.
undying. Jeez, that would be the worst. That turned very quickly into the worst session.
Eventually, Natara, your portal sense does begin to kind of go off. And you do use your ability and detect that you are close by. And it isn't long after then that you all come upon an oasis of green in this dusty valley. It surrounds the entrance to a path that winds up the cliffside, up, and out of view. Glorious flowers, many of which aren't even native to around here, to this region, bloom in this oasis, and mighty thistle can be found throughout this entire pathway. I think it would give you all pause for a moment. You maybe get a little lost taking in the natural beauty that sort of beckons you forward, inviting you to take this path. I assume you would approach. Natara, you sense that this is the entrance. This is the grand entrance, if anything, to Case's grotto. Any hesitation from anybody, or would you all like to ascend the path?
I feel like maybe we should try to figure out what to say to her.
Yeah, what is our plan here exactly?
Yeah.
I think it's just to get information about what's going on, like behind the scenes. Is that it?
I mean, if she's upset, she's gonna take away relationships. So
I guess like we should want to know what her stake is in the fight, like what she would want out of it. Just try to understand the different sides. Probably.
I was under the impression that we are asking for her help to find Misha.
that might also, yeah, because they are twins.
Very true. Okay, so
Very
we'll just
true.
get general information and then get general information, but also figure out where Misha is, and that's the game plan.
Well, hold on. Every great fairy we've talked to, with the exception of one boneheaded god of death, has always wanted something from us. What is the domain of this great fairy?
Love,
Uh,
beauty, and sex.
Love,
Oh.
peace, sex. Don't worry, guys. I got this handled.
Or like,
Good thing we have a bard. This is
or three people who are not at all interested in romantic relationships.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, Laura.
Akila's gonna sit this one out.
Laura Hayden will get eviscerated on the spot.
oh.
Yeah, I
Maybe
feel like
she can teach
for
her handing about love.
Oh wait, yeah, this might be really
Yeah,
good for
true.
Lorhan.
You know what? We're championing Kasia because we've been teaching Lorhannon about what love is. So I feel like Lorhannon is physical proof of our progress of Kasia's good word.
I feel like if she curses us, she will take away your two relationships and then curse the other three of us with like love sickness or something.
Wait, I mean, honestly, that
you'll
might
have
make my
people-
life
I think
easier.
that would be hilarious, though.
You'll have that one guy who's dating the Gerudo woman find you all insanely attractive.
That's awful. It's a fate worse than death.
Fate's worse than death. Yeah. Where's my kill list?
Ah,
No, it's gonna be Zach.
I might need it.
All right, good luck, guys. Try not to fuck this up because you ruined everything. Even
Wait, Akil, you're sitting this one out?
You're not
I
gonna.
don't. I mean, every time I interact with a great fairy, I think I piss them off.
I think our goal is to, or I think it'll be pretty easy to not piss them off. We like just, it's very objective information gathering, so I think
Just-
we're okay.
Think about this though, guys. If we fuck this up, not only will everyone be the possibility of immense suffering, there'll also be no sex anymore for anyone on this plane of existence. Do
Lydia
you know
falls
how
to his
pissed off
knees.
everyone on this entire country will be at us?
Okay.
Okay,
Let's just get into it.
Everyone who is alive today is the last living people, and they will never die. So
It's just endless suffering.
Oh my god, no sex and you can't die. You're welcome, Hyrule.
Like we're just in a stagnant
static existence.
Everybody's horny, but they can't do anything about it.
This is heat death,
I
but
thought-
for
I
Hyrule.
think the idea is that they're not horny anymore,
No.
maybe.
Well, we'll see what Queso decides.
Yeah, we'll see how cruel she
I
is.
guess it depends on what she. Yeah. Yeah, don't suggest that to her.
I won't.
Yeah, let's not suggest anything this
Yeah.
up, guys.
No, we're getting out the bad ideas now, so that the good ideas can flow out.
All right, I will attend this, but only I will not say a word. I'm gonna be sitting in the back and just like keep my mouth closed.
I am endlessly entertained by the ways in which this has been set up and the how you guys are reacting to it's so good. Anyway, you all stroll up this path, taking in all of the colors and aromas produced by the flowers. As you get higher up, you begin to hear multiple voices up ahead. Perception checks.
Oh no.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Uh-oh.
Cozy trying
have-
to mess
gonna-
everything up.
I'm gonna bard knowledge this.
I'm not gonna do better than the one I just.
Okay.
What we got?
I got a
One.
dirty 20.
30-20?
16.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
I got an 11.
All right.
12.
Okay. So you all hear voices up ahead. You all hear that there are a few masculine voices up ahead. And Natara and Lydian, you guys recognize that there is a degree of set to these voices up ahead. So, as you guys get closer, unless anybody would like to do anything with that information, I assume you just get closer.
Yes. I don't think I want to cast any spells or anything, so.
Okay. So, you guys finally reach the grotto. It is nestled comfortably into this mountainside, and before you behold the most luscious of great fairy grottos. All kinds of butterflies dance around this multitude of florals and fruits and the ever prolific mighty thistles. The center is another open fountain, currently occupied by a large fairy, though her attention is already taken by the current guests in her grotto. This is kind of how it is set up before you. You guys have come up one path, and the fairy is not facing your direction. You're kind of like, you see like her back and shoulder, and there seems to be another entrance to the grotto in the direction she is facing. And over in that area, there is a group of 3 young Rito men, but specifically, their appearances are unfamiliar to you. The one on the left has vibrant plumage that sort of shifts colors as he stands in the sun, sort of like the magnificent rainbows of an oil slick. Nothing like any of you have ever seen on a Rito. He's handsome, he carries a lute in his wing, not unlike the one Lydian has from home. Speaking of Lydian, the man in the middle has coloring reminiscent of our 11th hour bard, though this Rito's build is more muscular with a noticeably bigger beak. The third looks familiar to most of you. Uh, Only Lydian, I think you would be the only one able to connect that this Rito resembles Masley, your Rito warrior friend from back home. In fact, this might be Masley, but he's taller? It is tough to say, but the more you look at them, especially to you, Lydian, the Rito with iridescent feathers kind of looks like Mixo. So, we kind of have a choice here. Would you guys like to listen or approach?
Oh, we should listen. We should
They've
listen.
definitely been talking to her about making them more attractive. I think
think
we
so.
can infer.
I think we listen.
Okay.
Like, is there a way for us to listen without being like just blatantly rude or eavesdropping or something? Or
They haven't seemed to notice you guys yet. They are engaged in conversation right now. As I said, you heard all these voices. The men appeared to be upset. Um, and you guys are still on like the edge. You haven't like entered the actual grotto itself. I imagine there's some kind of like floral archway that is kind of like naturally built into the this mountainside here, that you guys would have to pass under in order to enter what would be considered the grotto, like the actual threshold. But you're still outside. You haven't made your appearance known, but they wouldn't necessarily be aware that anybody is coming up. You guys
yeah,
are welcome to just listen, or you could
just
interrupt.
listen.
Okay. You listen as these three men speak with Great Fairy Kesa. Uh, they are mid conversation. It seems they are pleading with her to change her mind about something. And then you hear the most lovely melodic voice you've ever heard, that speaks to them in response. I was really hoping I wouldn't still be sick when I tried to do this voice, but I am. So you're just going to have to
It's
imagine
fine. It's ironic.
that it
It's
doesn't
ironic.
sound sick. She says, I am so terribly sorry, my lovelies. Even though your wedding is everything to me, there simply isn't a way I can bestow my blessing on your union. It breaks my heart that your love is caught in the crossfire of a feud that has nothing to do with you. A most unfair circumstance. I do share your frustration, and you have my sympathies, but I cannot foresee this being resolved anytime soon. Thank you so very much for paying me a visit. Being the end goal of your bachelor adventure has put a big smile on my face, and I apologize once again for being the bearer of bad news, but please have a safe journey back. And with heads hanging low, these three gentlemen turn to leave. Uh, as they make their exit, leaving from another point of access to this grotto across the way, their appearances shift magically, and you see Mixo, Locrian, and Masley sadly exit Haze's presence.
I think I'm gonna call out to them, and I'm gonna say, like, I'll come into the grotto and I'll say, hey, guys.
Lydian, as you approach and enter the grotto, you feel the magic of this fairy affect you. You feel more confident. And as all of you watch Lydian step forward, there is something different about his appearance. Not only has all of the dirt and grime that has built up over the past however long been thoroughly removed, but you maybe don't recognize him now that he has crossed this threshold entirely. Lydian, you are now subject to a version of the seeming spell that makes your outward appearance resemble the most idealized version of yourself. And so basically, even if you wouldn't normally concern yourself with trivial beauty standards, something has been altered about your physicality while you are within this grotto space. What do you look like? And if you need
Um,
any examples, I can offer some.
is it from everybody's individual perspective of how they would see me the most beautiful, or is it from my perspective of how I would see me the most beautiful?
Your own?
I think it would just be like probably just like a little bit bulkier and maybe some more like my armor has like a dragon sort of like flair to it. I think like my armor and weapons have been pretty mundane, so I think if anything like just my aesthetics and my fashion would change. So I think just having like some like dragon insignias and like, you know, having like parts of my arm that look like feather and then scales and then feather, just because like, you know, that's just a revelation that I've had lately. But honestly, I mean, like, I think I don't really know much else about my face or anything like that. Just kind of like fashion sense.
Yeah, yeah. Lydian steps forward, and not only is he much cleaner in appearance, but bulkier, more muscular, and his clothing, his like what he's wearing, all warps to be this like very fashionable and knightly dragon inspired wear. And as you described, a lot of your feathers kind of turn to scales, and you are this very cool like draconic avian kind of creature, while still maintaining very Lydian, but more muscular. And you step forward and you call out to the three guys, and they all pause and turn around.
I would just say, hey, did you just wrap up your bachelor party for the wedding?
Locrian says, Lydia? F- Is, is that you? I can't quite
Uh,
tell.
yes. Is there a way to like step outside of the grotto so that they can, like, I
Yeah,
can
I
talk
mean,
to
you
them
you can like
as they would know
go
me?
across to where they have exited from. Kaisa's here, and she's like, "Oh, hello! I didn't realize there were any other visitors. I'm so sorry that I hadn't made your acquaintance yet."
No, it's fine, Kesa. Well, we have a lot to discuss, but first, I know these people from Rito Village, so I wanted to just catch up with them really quick.
Please, absolutely. Would you like privacy? I can go back down.
No. In fact, I would gesture to where we kind of came in from, and I say I'm traveling with my friends who would maybe be inclined to lead the conversation.
She like does exactly what I just did, hands on her face, so happy and enthused. Oh my goodness. I love having visitors. Hi, I am the Great Fairy Kesa. It is such pleasure to meet all of you. Um, and we'll focus on Lydian and your three friends, so to speak. Uh, what do you want to say to them as you exit the threshold of this spell? You exit the threshold of the spell and rejoin them. Your physical appearance returns to as you are. And they meet up with you, and like Mixo and Masley are like, my gosh, it's Lydian! And they kind of like run up and like wings around you. Like, how have you been? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. But like Locrian's head is still hanging pretty low.
Um, I would meet their embrace and be like, yeah, no, it's great. I mean, it's just one crisis after another. I'm glad that I wasn't able to, or that I didn't miss the wedding yet. I wanted to get back to Rito Village for it, and I would aim at Locrian and just say like, what's going on? Like, why are you guys here? Like, is there any wedding prep stuff I should know about? Or
Masley speaks up. Well, for the bachelor party, we wanted to all try and find the Great Fairy of Love's fairy fountain so we could get Locrian's wedding blessed, because how sick would that be? But unfortunately, she won't do it because she's stopping love, which sucks because I was hoping to find love
okay, wait,
someday. What?
I'll stop you right there. is this like a now, right now thing, or like a will be doing this?
Oh
thing?
no, like current.
What do you mean? Did she talk to you about that? You know what? My friends might get into that a little bit more later. Locrian, like,
Yeah.
so is the wedding off, or like what's going on?
I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be the day after tomorrow, so I'm gonna go back and I guess see if Laissa still likes me even, I guess. I
She'll like you. I
don't
think.
know. I mean, I don't even know if I want to. I don't necessarily feel that way about her.
So,
Oh boy.
Jenna, do I feel like if I think about Ionia, do I feel nothing?
Lydian, when you think about Ionia, when you recall her,
Sorry.
you think about her in the same way you think about your friends. You can't find it in your heart to harbor any romantic feelings for her at this moment.
What about like my mother's and my sister, like familial love?
Yeah, I mean, you still care for them.
Okay, so that's pretty much the same. It's just romantic love. Damn, wow, that's a bummer. Sorry I couldn't be around, guys. For yeah, no, it's a little bit more than a bummer. You're right. I'm sorry. I should have given that a little bit more. Dude, you can't get laid, dude. That's a bummer. No, I would just I would extend my sympathies, and I would say, Locrian, I know we've had our differences, but my goodness, this you know, event is so much bigger than both of us, and I truly extend my sympathies. I'm sorry. I do hope to get back to Rito Village and like at least meet with my friend Ionia and just see everybody again. We're kind of, you know, trying to chase the next biggest thing around here.
I mean,
I guess, yeah.
would you guys want to come back with us? No?
I will turn back to my friends who are talking with Kesa and just kind of say, just hold off for a second. I'll regroup with them, see what they want to do after the conversation, see how dire things are.
Alright.
But
we'll head back to our camp. We're like an hour up the road.
All right.
Towards Rito. So, yeah.
I would look at Locrian and say, hey, don't worry. Even though all love is gone, I still hate you.
Wow.
But in like a joking,
Damn.
bro-y way, like a rivalry way, you know?
Mixo and Mastic are like, Lydian, why would you say that right now?
No,
Dude's
just like
down."
like, hey man, I fucking hate you, man. Like, you know, just punch him on the shoulder, sort of thing. One of those.
I don't have my dice. Let me hang on. Yeah, Lucrine's just kind of like, all right. I mean, it's whatever. I guess we'll see you in a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, sorry, the music just cut out. Yeah. In a little bit. I'm excited to see you and everybody. I hope we can at least meet up.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll flash
And the
back.
three of them head off, and for the rest of you, stepping into the grotto to talk with Kesa.
I mean, guys,
Kind
Go
of
on,
have
face
to.
guys.
huh?
Yeah. We kind of have to.
Yeah.
Agree.
But are any of you deliberately staying back after seeing the effects of her grotto?
Ooh, that's a good point.
I feel like Natara might. I feel like she doesn't want to know what the ideal version. Like she's scared of what the ideal version of herself is.
Kesa kind of melodically says to you, well, please, come in.
Oh man.
Okay. I mean, Anari's stepping in, guys. Who else is joining good old Anari Norellis for
Oh.
some fun
Nari?
fairy
You
time?
know Lorhan.
Lord Hannon,
I'll follow my friends.
Aquila, Natara, are you still going to stay out?
feel like Natara would probably end up going in, but she would
Okay.
definitely be more, hesitant about it.
So Lydian steps back in with you all, back in this more realized, like bulky, dragon-esque appearance. So what do each of you look like? Is there a perceivable difference in your height, your voice, your build, even eye color, hair texture, posture, teeth, uh, even your resting facial expression? What's different when you guys enter?
Woohoo.
I think for Akila, her one ear is fully back. Um, the bags are gone from under her eyes. Um, her hair is a lot longer and sort of like gleams, like instead of like a dirty blonde, like really blonde now. And then like sort of at least on both of her hands, there's like decked in rings.
Oh, that is nice. Thank you.
I think Inari steps in and she like expects that she'll just look like her usual self, but maybe like a little more put together. But I think but I think she would actually look like a lot more, not feminine, but I think she'd look a lot more like stereotypically girly. Like I think her hair would be down and like almost like curly, and I think she'd like be playing with some makeup. I don't think anything about her height or like her build would be different, but I think she'd be wearing sort of like a more flowing skirt, and she'd be a lot different than she currently is. And I think that she'd probably be shocked by that herself. So
I think that Lorhannon would actually be like a little bit shorter than he actually is, and like his hair would be less crazy, and like basically his appearance would be like more welcoming and friendly. Like, I think Lorhannon is maybe like generally a little like thinner for his height, right? So he would be like, I don't want to say he would turn into, that's not exactly right, but like kind of in that direction of like more like a like jolly fellow.
Natara?
I feel like, Natara would be nervous about going in because I think she like doesn't want her like ideal version of herself to be just like every other Zora anymore. But I think she thinks she's like still maybe it's like in there, but I think when she walks in, it's more that like her coloring changes to be even more similar to like her mom and her sister. Um, and that she probably also just like looks a little bit more relaxed and less like tense.
Aw. Yeah, you guys all enter, and even though it's like a projection of what you wish to be inside, you still feel not like bad about how you actually look, but more just like just generally confident. It's sort of like reflecting how you feel um, inside as confident on the outside, just being more idealized. Um, and you all change in appearance and kind of like take a moment to like see what's different about your companions and approach Kesa. Um, you guys now behold the most lovely great fairy you've yet seen. Though all of them have been radiant in their own magnificent ways, Kesa is absolutely divine. Her soft pink hair is parted on the side, gracefully framing her face, and she's adorned in rubies that accentuate her features. But it's a very tasteful amount of jewelry. She doesn't need a lot of bling to complement her looks, like a lot of her sisters wear. And as you gaze upon her otherworldly beauty, ready to like engage in this conversation she has invited you on, I need, I believe, hold on. I don't know if I have that right. Double checking. We do need wisdom saving throws from everybody.
We got a +3 from our girl and Ari.
Isn't it plus
Happy to
4 or
help.
plus 3?
It's still a +3 because
Okay.
I multi-classed.
Need to read that book.
Ooh. Multi-class? More like multi.
Nice.
Yep.
With that, does anybody have less than 18?
Yes.
Yeah. I got a +9 to this. So...
All of the women.
Okay. The ladies of 11th hour, who like let the girls be girls. Oh my gosh, trying to look more feminine or more like the women in your lives. So sad. I don't know why that made me so sad. But you guys are. Oh wait, if anybody has advantage on effects against being charmed, that might alter this.
I
Sorry,
think
go
I
ahead.
do.
I think that would.
Yes, I advantage on saving throws against being charmed.
Okay, go ahead, re-roll that.
That's even worse.
All right. You guys are subjected to the enthrall spell while talking to her.
Oh
And
wait, Jenna. Creatures within 10 feet of me can't be charmed while I'm conscious. So
I mean, if everybody received that benefit, that bonus, then
yeah.
nobody can be charmed. So none of you
Sorry,
guys
Oh.
are.
yeah.
It kind of bounces off, but Kesa doesn't really seem to mind. She's just kind of like goes on as if like there's no difference between any of you that might have been enthralled and any of you that might not have been. But she is like, to what do I owe the pleasure? You guys, hang on. First of all, you seem like a tight-knit group. Adventurers, perhaps? Is that right?
Uh-huh.
I love that. I love that so much. Do you guys have a name?
11.
Breakfast gang. Lydian and friends are working on it /breakfast gang /11th hour.
Kind of mouthful, but I take it. Okay. Well, what do I owe the pleasure? What can I do for you all?
Am I facing? Is anybody else want to?
One of the three
I think you're
faces.
amazing.
All right, I'll do
I
it.
think you're amazing.
I'll do it. I didn't want to be selfish, but hi Kesa. We are just visiting because we heard about your grotto and everything, and we wanted to check in on how you are doing, specifically in relation to your other fairy compatriots and sisters.
That is so sweet of you to check up on me during this difficult time. I'm not doing great, if I'm being honest. I'm very sad.
Why is that?
I mean, my sister, my eldest sister, Hera, are any of you familiar with her by chance?
We're familiar.
Okay. So, she's sort of tormenting people of Hyrule. immortals that I really deeply love and care about. And you can't let that happen. I have to kind of take a stand. And unfortunately, I'm a bit limited in what I'm able to do. At least my siblings would think that. So I need to start playing my cards now, frankly. I gotta play I have a long game to play. And it has to start now if I want any shot of it having an effect in the next 50 to 100 years.
So can you describe something for me really quick?
Sure.
Because we'd been talking to other great fairies,
Oh,
and they seem
really?
to, well, yeah, but it seems like Terra obviously has been a thorn in a lot of their sides, and they seem to kind of switch off their domains, like yours being love and sex being switched off essentially as a kind of counter to Terra's advances. And I just wanted to know from like I'm just a mortal, so I don't know a whole lot, but how does turning off your domain directly counter somebody's physical like violent attacks? You know what I mean?
Oh, well, first of all, don't sell yourself short. I think you're very intelligent. The problem is that Hera seems to be throwing a little bit of a tantrum right now, and she's hurting people. And I am trying to prove a point to her. Like, please stop hurting people. I love them so much. And so, if there's no more people being made, who's she gonna torture? She has to stop.
Right, the
God,
long con.
they're
Okay.
just the dumbest gods ever. They're just the stupidest immortals of all time.
I hear Caleb muttering under her breath.
Do you think we should tell her?
I think that might make it worse.
Tell her
But
what
maybe-
about Ron?
About how people can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, okay, let's just cut straight to the point though. And I'll say that's very noble of you to throw up your own walls in defense of that. We were wondering, we might have a lead or two to stop it, but we need to know where your sister Mija is located and maybe how to get to her grotto.
Ooh, that is tough. I am so certain that she has not been on the surface here on this plane, probably for some time now, since everything had kind of started.
Mhm.
That's difficult. Do any of you have specific ties to any fairies?
And it's Tara and Inari just like.
Three of us are just like,
I will.
You mean 3 of you?
All
Oh
of us
yeah,
except
oh yeah,
for
sure.
Lydian.
I will let my friends
Not me.
speak
I
on
have
their
no
own
strings
behalf.
attached to Leho.
I will let my
we're
friends
living in
speak
an
on their
open
own.
relationship. An open relationship with Leho.
I mean, I technically don't have any ties to any specific Great Fairy.
Misha's bracers.
I also have Ron's necklace and Tara's earrings and that I'm not using, but
Lydian is gonna step back and gesture around to you guys as if to say, like, somebody chime in. I don't care who. We definitely do have connections to others.
So, when a great fairy meets a Gerudo woman and they fall in love, sometimes, so, they.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure she's an
wait,
expert on this.
wait.
Yeah, that's why she said
You're my niece.
Oh my
Oh my god.
No.
God.
Wow.
Yeah. What does
Oh
that mean?
my gosh. I am so happy to meet you.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy to meet you too.
Would it be
We have
weird
a
if you
lot to
called
talk.
me Aunt Kesa? No, that's weird. You can just call me Kesa.
Maybe when we've gotten to know each other better, I'll think of that.
Oh my gosh. Ron's little thing. Oh my gosh.
Wait. The other great fairies knew about this, or is this just you because you're
Oh, I mean,
in
I
for
knew
the whole
about
love
it.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
They're about to all know about
Oh
it.
shit.
I'm actually trying to think
Um.
if how many fairies would know.
I
Oh,
feel like all of them. We've told a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
told like all the
Only-
gossipy ones.
yeah,
There's like
only
fire
yeah.
falling out of the sky, and she's like, "You can call me Aunt Kesa." Like, we have so many other priorities.
Okay, I'm
I love
sorry.
her.
Sorry
She's
to
great.
totally derail here. I just got very excited. It's amazing.
Did you,
I'm
say,
so
did you
happy
just say
you're here.
very excited?
No, I should. Thank you.
Oh,
You guys are
okay.
so
I
creative.
thought that was a pun. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bard, so.
Music, I mean, that's
Stop
part of
distracting
beauty.
her. We need
Sorry,
to need his
sorry.
location.
I know you're the great fairy of ADHD, but we do need to focus right now.
Oh my
I guess
gosh.
I'll go next. I happen to be granted spells by the power of the great fairy Kotera, and not quite sure how I feel about that.
Ooh, that is part of what started everything. Yikes.
Do we want to
Okay,
admit that we are the ones that kind of started everything to this woman?
okay.
Oh,
Hey, that's all right. No worries, guys. I mean, I love you more than anything, so this is not a problem. I'm not making a big deal about anything, but that is interesting, I will say. So, I mean, in case you're not aware, I did you guys tell Kaysa your names?
No.
No.
Lydia, Nanari, Lorhan, and Natara.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
said.
Anyway, she knows your names. Uh, in case you're not aware, Inari, you are able to enter the Sacred Realm through your father's grotto. Lorhanan, you'd be able to enter through Kotera's grotto. Neither of you would be able to enter through any other Great Fairy's grotto unless you have a specific tie to them. And if you do enter through those two, no guarantee you're going to be actually close to each other because of how weird it is going between the two planes. And also, there's not really a way for any of the rest of you to get through because unless a fairy can grant you safety, like, okay, so I could totally take one of you down with me, but you wouldn't be able to leave me because otherwise things would be bad. And you shouldn't just go in by yourself either because that would be really bad because I've had people fall in before and it doesn't really end very well for them. So please don't do that. I really care about your
Has
safety.
anybody fallen in recently? Yeah, do you know like when they
Yeah.
fall in? Like, can you sense it? Has anybody fallen in recently?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know how long ago. Not too long ago. I mean, I don't. Time with you guys is so different. You don't have long at all, which is so sad. But not too long ago, um, there was a young man that did fall in.
There we go.
Okay, that's confirmation. Yeah, Case, that is exactly, for the reason that you just described, that is exactly why we are looking for Mija. Because
Yes.
Mija
So
is of
Misha,
protection. So
yes, she is the only fairy that is able to let people down through her grotto, through her portal, and then they're free to go where they please. I mean, within a time limit, because she's of like protection. She's able to protect people. I unfortunately am not able to do that, even though I really wish I could. I really wish I could protect you guys if you really wanted to go there. There's just nothing I can really do.
do you know why Mija hides away now?
Oh, I mean, not entirely. I don't fully get it, but she would. I mean, it's all up in her head. She's got the more logistical smarts, and I have the more emotional smarts.
Right.
Though
Do you know
I'm
where
sure
her
she
bulb
would
is on the
say it
surface?
differently. Oh, where her bulb is? Yeah, of course. Neither her or I
I've
have
been
moved in a
here
long
before.
time. Yeah, oh, you've been? Yeah, she's over in Akala.
Oh, you've been there before, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I mean, there is another way. There are portals just throughout Hyrule, just in different various places. Um, but even then, if you went down, how would you be able to get anywhere? You'd have to
Well-
have some kind of navigator or somebody to protect you.
Right. We could probably figure out where she is, because once we get to the other side, I might be able to scry on her. But we can't travel that distance if it's very far.
We wouldn't necessarily know how to get there either.
Don't we still need to know how to get her bulb open? Like, I thought we came to this fairy for that information,
I thought it was
because
just
she
like-
was in the other
Yeah.
realm, but there was a way to open it to us.
Only if she wants to. But
Do you know
how
what
are
she
gonna
likes?
talk to her? Of course.
Well, maybe we can give her an offering or something and she'll see it.
Oh, I don't think so. I think with this war, she's not coming up. You guys are gonna have to go to her.
What is her place in the war? Has she spoken out at all on the other side?
She likes to keep out of it because that's the smart thing to do, I guess. And I'm silly for involving myself, but I just can't sit idly by while poor Hylians are suffering. Like all people of Hyrule. It's not right. It's not right to torture the mortals. We should help them. That's what we're here for. At least that's what I think.
Did we just find like the one good, decent great fairy? Like, can we like?
I think we just met the shitty ones first.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're saving the craziest for last, but
yeah.
So where are you? So there are other ways into the sacred realm.
Yeah.
Do you know of any?
No.
Well,
How do
we
you
know
know that
someone
they
who
exist?
would.
You do?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just gonna ask, how do you know that they exist then if you don't know where any are?
Because there have been times, I don't think any times in recent centuries, but times where mortals have come down into the sacred realm, not by means of any portal, any grotto, just other portals that exist.
Have you met a woman by the name of Fosia at all?
Yes, Annie
What's your
Fosia.
relationship with her?
I've met her before. She has visited me. She's visited most fairies. Very kind woman. She, excuse me, was so vibrant and full of life back when she was younger. Oh my gosh, you should have seen her. Truly, uh, one of the greatest loves of Hyrule. That I've had of mortals. I mean, all of you, but just amazing. You're also amazing.
Thank you. I think you're amazing too. Yeah, Akila, I think she might know where maybe one of the portals are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't we know she's traveled to the sacred realm under the protection of Melania, though?
Well, no. Oh, sorry. I was not referring to Fosia. I said,
Oh.
I mean, there's another. There's a patron that we know that probably knows.
Kotera?
Otera.
Yes.
Oh, where the she has all
knows
the
where
secret
everything
stuff.
is.
She's the secret woman.
I don't want to talk to Kotera.
I don't either, but
It's
here
your
we are.
patron! It's your patron. Show a little patronage.
No, she's gonna. We're gonna find out that she made everyone forget their passwords or something.
Well, it's better
There's
to
a part of
know.
me that just wants to like go through and see what it's go through a case and see what it's like.
Just like fully intrusive thought, like dive in while this woman is here.
Just like she keeps saying that it's hard to navigate, but like how hard could it possibly be?
Wow. Is
Right.
that cockiness, Natara? Yeah, but
Like,
it's
"You
better to
go, that'd be nice."
it's better to at least know how bad the damage is from the other great fairies too, right? So like we're talking to Keza now. We still have yet to talk to Kotera. In fact, Keza, have you talked to Kotera since the whole thing started?
No. Um, I don't know what she's up to. Let me see if she knows what she's up to. Hold on.
Probably something villainous.
Like how will be accounted for? Nisha is hiding. Leho doesn't care.
Who doesn't care?
Leiho is inside on her iPad, not caring.
Tara is torturing everyone.
Wow.
Keita says no sex.
No,
I consent. I consent. Did you forget someone?
Jason.
Keza is like, I can't believe Tara would be hurting these humans. Meanwhile, Ron is like, I can't believe Tara's giving me more work.
Yeah, true.
Which is like so real, honestly.
Ron is quiet
like-
quitting over
Yeah,
Yeah,
there.
Ron's quiet quitting.
It's quiet quitting. We should ask Keisha.
Well, Tara's the next one to talk to because I mean,
do
let's
think-
be honest. Phaesia's doing something behind the scenes to make all of this worse than it needs to
You're
be.
so right. And we don't know where Phaesia's fountain is, right? Correct? That's the one
We've
we
got
don't
a
know?
theory, or I have a theory, but we can't get to it
Right.
if I'm
That
correct.
might be Lost Woods business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's where I think Misha's is, personally. I think Misha's is there. But, or I guess, no, we know where
Misha's
Misha's bulb is. Yeah. Duh. I keep
We're
mixing
so
up.
hung up on. She is where she is in the game.
Dude, I don't know their names. I don't go to them often.
She's the one with purple hair. Come on, Misha.
I just go to the one closest to a teleporter. Anyway. Do we have any other questions for Kesa before we leave?
Is there any way we can convince her to turn the love and affection switch back on?
Yeah, that's a good point. Kesa, I know, I see your vision, right? I feel you. I connect with you on that. However, I feel like right now the people of Hyrule might need a win. And I just feel like if we have the intention of stopping this in the next couple days, I mean, it's not like the whole making more Hylians to torture thing is such a strong play. I think it's a very noble effort, but I feel like in general, like they should at least deserve to be held in the arms of their loved ones when they're going, right?
Well, I mean, I didn't get rid of all love. I mean, Lydian, that is like, I think you're noble for wanting to fix our feud, our family feud that we have going on here. I mean, really, all of you. That is so kind. I really don't foresee it lasting less than like 200, 250 years,
Oh yeah,
unfortunately.
no problem. All right,
Um,
Natara, you're good. You're good. You can wait this one out.
Like, at the very least, that's typical. I mean, this one's set up to, I don't know, we'll see. Especially because if I'm forced to escalate, I mean, I don't want to do things. I want everybody to see the beauty in the world. I want everybody to have the moon. But if if it gets worse, I mean, I don't know what I'm
Kesa,
supposed to do.
Kesa, do you control the moon?
Yeah, that's my third domain. Who didn't think
That's your
it
third domain?
was- I mean, love and sex
Can
are
you-
kind of hand in hand.
Can you
Did
do me like a
think
huge,
sex
huge
was, like-
favor?
Huh?
Can you do me a really, really big
I
favor,
did
actually?
not. But
And like, you know, are you aware of the phenomenon of the blood moon?
Well, yeah.
Is it unstoppable, or
Um,
can you also turn that off?
No, I really can't. I'd rather not talk about that.
Oh,
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god, man.
Okay.
Can
make
I,
a deal with Ganon.
Yeah.
can I make a quick insight check, actually?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, so we've determined that the Zora will inherit Hyrule.
26.
When she acknowledged that she knows about the blood moon, she got very nervous. She got very nervous, at that acknowledgement. And in her like dismissal, like, I don't really want to talk about that right now. She has been very open about everything you guys have wanted to discuss, and even gone on like tangents about different topics you've brought up. She's shutting this down. There is something more there.
Would would you like to talk about your feelings? Why you feel like this is so hard for you to talk about?
I really want to protect everybody. That's not what I can do. Unfortunately, all I can do is love everybody. And unfortunately, with Moon being one of my domains, um, I don't. This is really hard to say. Sometimes
You're doing a lovely job.
you're so sweet. Your empathy is just unreal, Lydian. I really appreciate you, and you're all such good listeners. I am thoroughly enjoying our time together. Thank you so much for visiting me today.
You're very, very welcome.
I so want to walk away. Oh my
I-
god.
So you were saying
I'm sorry, what?
about why it's difficult to talk to you, and it's difficult why it's difficult to to discuss the aspect of the moon because of the blood moon.
I think it's best to say if there's a blood moon happening, whether it's one the uh of the before 110 years ago, or of the current blood moon, it is best to not visit me.
Oh, okay.
He's a
Oh.
Like some sort of where fairy wolf. Fair wolf. There's a pun there.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to now. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. You could always put up a scrying sensor or something.
I mean, she
Okay.
might not be here.
True.
Well, she might if she has to be on the plane, right, to experience the blood moon.
Now,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here. Let me ask, Kesa. This is gonna be a really hard question. Okay, answer as much or little of this as you want to. I don't want to intrude or pry or anything, but it just, yeah, I want to try to save as many people as possible, just like you. And this is a very important question for you to help us achieve that goal together. Okay, what do you know about Ganon?
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll in here. I'm gonna whisper it. Oh, wow, interesting. That's a very deeply complicated question. I know that the what resides within Hyrule Castle now was never just immortal. I can tell you that.
Does he affect your life at all on a daily basis?
The blood moon was always a naturally occurring thing every once in a while before him. But that entity uses me as a beacon of sorts occasionally.
So you feel taken advantage of?
Yeah, it's very not good. So don't visit me during a blood moon, please.
Well, thank you for sharing. Very brave of you.
Um, let's see. Oh, I mean, no. Never mind.
Um, I don't know if I should pry any further or not. If that was like a intentional throw off, or if you decided in real life not to tell us something.
I'm just trying to figure out how to. Don't hang on. Don't worry.
Okay, got it.
Um. Anyway, sorry about that. That was not super fun. I'm sorry. I don't mean to dampen your visit here. I really hope you're having a
No,
lovely
not at all.
time
This is
in my
perfect. It is
presence.
lovely. Everybody looks beautiful. You look beautiful. Everybody's great. We're having
Thank
a
you
wonderful time.
so
Oh my
much.
gosh, can we
You're
leave
so
already?
kind.
And
I
Ari
sense that
has
my
like
I sense that my
zoned
friends are
out.
getting impatient.
Oh no,
Anyway.
sorry. And Ari has been zoning out hearing all of this, and it's just like, so Lydian and I just got girlfriends, and you're telling me that it's not like.
So wait a minute.
No,
I
you
just
didn't.
got over my awkward lesbianism, and then
No, Denari is never getting over that. Nah, I'm kidding. We should actually leave.
You know what you guys should do? You should find yourselves a guide. A guide for the Sacred Realm.
um,
Why do I feel?
do you know of any good recommendations
There
or?
are some. I mean, I haven't seen any in a long time, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. There are guides. There are people that are able to go across. I mean, just as Lorhannon, you're able to go across if in the right way, and Inara, you're able to go across if in the right way. There are others that are able to just cross sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you know about those people?
I mean, I haven't seen any in a long time, but you would just they are able to just go through. They're able to reach the other plane. And have some kind of innate connection, I'm sure, but I don't know too much about it.
Darn.
You can try Natara and just see if give it a spin and see if you dissolve or not.
Yeah, you can't
I mean,
die, so
can I
You
do
can't
like
die.
ethereal step and like blink out for 6 seconds and then
Are you going to?
I mean, why not, right? Gotta use it at
You-
some point.
You use that ability, and everybody, all the people around you, like all of your companions disappear for a moment. You are in a weird version of the grotto you are in, and Kesa is still there, and she sees you do this, and she's just like, "Did you know?" On the other side, you guys do not see like Kesa like doing anything or say anything. You don't hear her say this. When you go across Natara, that is when she says that to you. And then
I'd say like,
got
yeah.
you can say something before you blink back.
Oh, I was just gonna say like, I don't know how it works either, but
And you blink back, and Kesa, she goes from having like, whatever expression she had 6 seconds prior, and it like kind of jump cuts to her like excitement, and it's kind of like a weird like disconnect almost that you all witness for a moment as Zatara comes back, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, literally just like that. You can do that."
I don't think I could have done it for longer though.
Well, I don't know too much about that. I should, considering I spend the most time with mortals, but I don't. Um, who would? I wish I knew what one of what are they called? Oh,
The
I wish I knew
druids?
one that was still alive. No, not the druids. Not them. What is it
I mean,
called? Oh well.
did Tara offer up Kokiri because Ionia said
That's
something
it.
like that?
That's it. Kokiri, you're Kokiri.
Did Ionia say something about that? Huh.
Yeah. I mean, she had to, otherwise I wouldn't have known that was.
True.
I had never
Yeah,
heard of
very
it
true.
before.
Okay,
Somebody
so
had to say something.
so if somebody is Kokiri, they can go across the plains.
Yes. They're like of both planes. Oh my gosh. I mean, congratulations that you're just discovering this now. Sorry, I'm dying. I'm dying. Congratulations. I'm so happy that I could be here for this big moment that you're having.
Well, I think we have our way across into the other planes then.
At least one of us. Um,
Oh, no, not just one of you.
Yeah.
If she can go, she can guide.
Right. She can extend it to all of us.
Oh, that's
Oh.
so cool.
great. Okay, so let's. I guess.
So what I'm hearing is we don't have to talk to Kotaro.
No, I don't think
Yes.
so.
No.
So
And we need to talk to Kotira to figure out how this works.
So, Kesa, can we use your fountain? Like not right now, but when we're ready, can we use your fountain to transport to the other side?
I mean-
Cannon and Amari can't.
Wait, what do you mean?
So you could.
Oh, they can't because
however-
they need to enter through the other fountains.
Right, and also, Misha is on the other side of Hyrule. It's kind of funky on the other side. Things are a little bit different,
Yeah.
and
It's like the Nether, where 1 block is 8 blocks.
Shut up.
I don't know what that means, but that's really creative of you. I'm dying.
I mean, I guess I could
So
go to her
creative,
for a
Lydian.
total of 6 seconds.
I think your best bet is to find an entrance that is over there and not a fairy fountain, because then you can just all go in and there's no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Let's reconnect with Fozia and we'll see if she knows anything, or Kotara, see if she knows any secrets about any other planes. You've been very helpful, Kesa. Thank you so much.
So glad.
I can't hear you, Jenna.
Oh, sorry. I think my voice got too high. I said I'm so glad, but in like a excited
Yeah.
voice.
Okay. Great. Let's team, let's regroup. Are we gonna go to Rito Village and kill Valmetto while we can't die, or are we going to pursue Great Fairy stuff?
I feel like this great fairy thing could get really bad very quickly, and also we might like not die, but we might experience like untold horrors for like an
It's
extended
also
amount of time.
unclear whether or not Ganon could die. We don't really know for sure.
That, and if we
Oh,
go
yeah,
to Rito
true.
Village, that wedding is ending in disaster right
Which
now.
is great.
The
in the
wedding
current
is not
state.
happening.
True. There's already disaster.
Which is,
Yeah.
I mean, fine. Because we
Okay.
don't really, I don't like Laessa or Locrian all that much, so it's like fine.
I
Kind
mean,
of funny, but like,
yeah, but I think the Tara's point makes a lot of sense too. Like we would get there, and it's not even we're not even sure
Yeah.
we'd be able to actually kill Ganon in the Divine Peace. So
I want to see Ionia and get her thoughts about all this. I really do. But I know that, I don't know. I'm
I mean,
torn.
think of it this way: if we go to see Ionia, like, would she even really like? I'm kind
I
of
mean,
confused by the ramifications of this, and like,
Right, before we discuss this
Yeah.
further, can we leave and walk away from Keisha?
yeah.
Yes, yeah. Let's like exit the grotto, say thank you again, and just leave.
Bye. Oh my god, why is my mic picking my voice up? Goodbye. Thank you guys so much again for visiting. Be safe. And good luck.
Can I ask of course, the question that you really wanted to be asked, which is, of course, the mechanics of how there is no longer romantic love. Um, like,
Yeah.
do Lydian and Inari and everyone else like know that it is gone and feel bad about it being gone, or is it just, yep, now I don't feel that, and that's
It
not
sort of has shifted from any kind of romance is just like positive feelings. She didn't get rid of like friendship and general love. It is specifically romance in the sense of what it leads to kind of end procreation of the mortals. And I know what your thought there was, Sarah. I saw you thinking a thought. Yes, that applies to everybody, uh, regardless.
That wasn't. That's not.
but
I
Two
was
straight
thinking
people in Hyrule.
more.
but I think but so just
We don't have, I guess, so we don't have leverage of you're making people sad by having them fall out of
No, they're
love.
they're not sad. She
but,
she could
right.
like you get the sense that she is doing it in the nicest way she can, like the best way, because she could, potentially like just end love, right? And then that means everybody's living a life without any love and they can't die. Uh,
Yeah, like
which
everybody would have their own, like they would basically be like not have any sort of connections whatsoever to like friends or bonds for that reason. Like I
right.
would have no reason to stay with
So
these guys.
basically,
Sounds familiar with other creatures that live in Hyrule.
Hmm.
uh, basically, any romantic feelings have just dissipated into positive feelings of like platonic feelings, basically.
Okay, let me maybe rephrase my question. Is it as if they were never there, or there is a recognition that there was something and it is now gone?
It isn't. They
I think
don't.
it's like falling out of love, right?
It's not okay. I'm trying to collect my thoughts to say this. It is not so much you feel like you've lost something. It is just like it's shifted. You know what I mean? So like if you had like a deep connection with somebody, um, you can still have potentially like that deep connection depending, but like it's shifted to be like strictly platonic basically. Romance is dead.
So, like he's asking though, like if you would have like a memory and a history of like, oh, I felt that before, or like, oh, I've always felt this just very strong friendship.
I think this question does matter for like role play.
Like for with me and Ionia, do I remember that I was deeply in love with her, like something more than friends, or was I always just really good buds with my best friend Ionia?
I told you would love this question.
Anna, tell us how you philosophically destroy the
Let's take
concept
a
of love.
break.
That's a good answer. That's a
Great
good
answer.
Okay.
We'll come back to that
All right. Ponder over this one,
momentarily.
Socrates.
Oh my gosh. And return to that screen. All right. I made a verdict.
I'm so ready.
It is as if there was never love.
Okay. I think
That's what it is.
better. I think that's the better, easier,
Yes.
like.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. I had to like look at what I had written for other like characters and things, and I think that's what I based what I wrote off of. So, you guys leave Casa's grotto. Where do you go now? Locrian and friends are about an hour up the road from here. But
What
it seems you have other attention.
what time of day is it?
It would be
Probably right around like noon.
right
or-
around noon.
Okay. We should is our lead okay, so we're going down the Great Ferry route. Is our lead Kotera or is our lead Fosia?
I mean, is there value with traveling back with Locrian just to get to Rito Village? Presumably, there's a shrine nearby.
Oh, you're so right. We do
Then
need
that opens up our options a little bit.
That would be helpful for you guys. You do not have anything near there right now.
Yeah, let's travel back with them.
When you guys turn and like begin to leave from the way you saw the bachelor party leave, which by the way, that was the bachelor party. It was going to be a little adventure to find Kesa. That was it.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
You
I have
guys
fun. I have fun music. We'll use it for traveling instead. Because I brought up bachelor party music that we're not going to use now. So.
Yeah. There is a tower nearby here. If, any of you at this point want to fly up and get it. I'll put you here and reveal part of the map.
It's the bachelor party music.
This is actually incredible.
I think I actually
I think that's Spanish.
We gotta keep talking over this one so it doesn't get copyright stricken.
I need to turn it down so that doesn't happen because it is. There we go.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you guys gain that tower. Now you have this region. Congratulations, you have more map. There are only three towers you don't have at this point. So cool.
Yay.
No, four towers. Sorry, you don't have that one either. Shame.
We
Anyway,
also don't have like which
We don't have the accounts about that.
true. Rip. But you have that part of the map still. Oh no, you don't. Never mind. It's technically, I think, what it was. Canonically. Anyway, you guys rejoin the little bachelor party. They are packing up a camp that they had set up somewhere on the side of the road, about an hour up the way from Casa. Just like nestled into a shallow cave on a mountain. On I guess it would be Nero Hill. The hill that the tower is on. You guys rejoin them, and anything any of you talk about on your journey back to Rito Village.
I think I just kind of check in with what they've been up to, how the wedding prep has been going for Locrian, if it's been fun at all, or what even is the concept of a wedding? Like, aren't weddings weird? Like, why do we marry our best friends, guys? This is weird. Because
Locrian
love's never
agrees with
existed.
you. Yeah, Locrian agrees with you. He's like, I don't even know what I was thinking. So dumb. So dumb. But he's still upset. just by the notion that like he came all that way looking for Kesa to do something for them, and she couldn't um, bestow that blessing. But you guys make your way traveling through the rest of the day. Um, I think that it would get dark before you made it back to Rito's stable. Um, but you are welcome to push on if you like.
We can settle down, I think, because I have a bunch of upper level spell slots if we want to scry on anybody. Is that helpful?
Could be.
Okay.
If we
You
are, we should tiny hut so that the Terran would murder us.
Yeah, so Tara doesn't murder us. You're right.
Can
Okay.
I
What?
yeah. Oh, I don't know. Can I cast non-detection on the tiny hut if we do that, just as an extra caution?
Is there a material component to that?
Oh, maybe. It looks like a pinch of diamond dust worth 25 gold pieces, apparently. So maybe not.
I mean, do you want to try and make diamond dust? It only lasts for an hour as well.
It's eight
It's
hours.
8 hours.
But is it 8 hours? Not detection? Oh, weird. That's weird because I have that spell and I'm pretty sure it only ever lasted for an hour.
I think it's 8. I think they're right.
Oh yeah, it is 8 hours. I've not been using that right in the other game that I'm in. Interesting. Anyway,
Guys, who do we want to scry on? Is there anybody who we would like to know the whereabouts of?
I don't think we would be able to get a scry off on OZ, but
Didn't we
You
try
have
someone
Meta.
recently and we failed?
you
we
try.
tried Hyrule
Oh, Daruli. Yeah, let's try that again.
again.
I think I can do that twice in one day. Let me check. It might be like they're
No.
immune.
It's
Oh,
like
it's
24
24
hours.
It's 24 hours. I scried on them this morning, so it won't work.
Yeah.
You could do it tomorrow.
Yeah, but then that's burning a spell slot like first thing in the morning. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I think we just go to bed. I think maybe Lydian just writes tries to write about something. Nothing really like springs to mind, and I'm
We
just
have
like
anything else legendary that we
I don't have any incense left.
no, but if we have something, right,
Oh, I guess if we have something.
don't need to.
That's a good question. We don't need the incense if we have the item. Is there anything that's like we have that is very
I mean, we have the highlight shield, but we identify the highlight shield already.
We could learn about
yeah,
ourselves.
Good
We're
luck with
legendary.
ourselves.
I guess. You know
Would
what?
tell
I'm gonna, in relation to the prophetess, I'm gonna cast Legend Lore on Lore Hannon to see if Lore Hannon is of legendary importance whatsoever. Hopefully, we can get some influence from Korea in that story.
Okay.
Just huge brain stuff from Lydian.
Let's frickin' go, dude.
All
I
right.
get this. I get to write in the notes that you cast legend lore on Lorhannon, which you know.
All right, Lydian, you cast Legend Lore on Lore Hannon, a creature of legendary significance, who is in your presence. Therefore, you will not need the components per my ruling on making Legend Lore good. Um, Again, this manifests as a series of visions that you receive about Lorhannon. Um, where to begin? I mean, I think, Ben, would you like to share stuff about your character's background, and I can chime in with other things that maybe you don't even know if you'd like. If you want to do a collaborative, otherwise I can just do it.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try.
All right.
um,
I'll kick it off though. So, uh, starting at the beginning, born in Lorlin Village, when it was a village, to, oh, I don't know where I have your parents' names at the moment.
Laurel and E.T. was what their names were at some point. I don't know if you changed that.
Let me see if I did. I think I know where it would be real quick. It would be in this document that I have. Except no, it wouldn't. That's a different thing.
You updated my Natara What You Know with additional stuff and you kept their names the same.
I'm sure that that is. All right, wait, here it is. Do I have their names in here? Yeah, I think whatever those are their names because I don't have it written here. What are they?
Loro and E.T.
Okay, yes, Loro and E.T. Lorhannon was the second child of his mother, the first being Coria. But I kind of want to say a lot of this, actually. Um, Lorhannon's fate, you see, is like his life is especially tied to this sister entity that you see in the visions. Even like when he was newly born, um, or not that old at least, not newly born, when he was young, uh, his this sister figure, Coria, um, she had a vision of him being taken away, um, and said nothing as it happened shortly after. Um, he was taken when many children were stolen from this small village of Lorlin. Um, this was in the beginning of what would become an ongoing issue, which wouldn't see a resolution until the era of coin began in that village. Lorhannon was taken to the Yiga clan hideout, um, Lorlin being a target because of the proximity to source of mighty bananas being in like the Farron region. Um, Ben, would you like to share anything of note about your time at the Yiga clan?
I think that you wouldn't see a ton of visions of Lorhan's time in the Yiga clan. Um, you would maybe see like some visions of like sparring and like Master Koga sitting in his chair taking notes of some kind, right? Like seeming to recognize that Lorhannon had potential for like being a blade master. Um, but I think like the next clearer thing from his time in the Yiga clan that you would get would be like the process of becoming a blade master, uh, like the trials, uh, and um, like the ceremony, and I think that they would be kind of like I think that the whole thing would be a little bit disturbing to Lydian. Like, you know, the Yiga clan are not great. So like all of their trials are, about doing violent things to like animals, like more beasts in the wilderness, or Gerudo guards, or other aspiring Yiga clan members, and then just like the backdrop of the blood moon, especially, is like definitely unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eventually, Lorhannon, when he became a blade master, uh, there was a immediate and tangible connection with Calamity Ganon uh, when he made that pact during the Blood Moon ritual. Um, and perhaps like Lorhannon was surprised in that kind of relationship, as that's not really what he had heard about necessarily happening, being spoken to. And Lydian, uh, at some point, after like the many places that the assignments that Lorhannon had as a blade master, there comes a time where that sister force, that half sister force, re-enters, and it is right around the time that Lorhannon defected. You see her being in communication with Lorhannon, and Lorhannon defecting around that time. Uh, and that is where he flees and eventually would meet up with 11th Hour. And then you see like the history of the things you guys have accomplished, being heroes at Kakariko and Highland Stable at the Horse Festival, um, the destruction of Akala Citadel, and the subsequent, um, finishing of different divine beasts and the subsequent Blake Ganons, and just all of the things you guys have done together. And that is where you kind of come back to the present and
So
go ahead.
I just have one quick question. So I saw Lorhannon kind of listening to this voice of Ganon right before he defected.
So, as a Blade Master, there was that connection to Ganon,
Okay.
a tangible connection, perhaps a voice sometimes. And correct me if I'm wrong on that, Ben.
That's right.
That
Yeah,
is
that's right.
correct.
Yeah.
The sisterly force comes back in right
Right
before
before
he
he
defects.
defected. Okay. I have thoughts about this. All right, that's fine if it ends there.
Yeah, I mean, you see all of the accomplishments and like just major like fundamental changes that Lorhannon has undergone gone since when he uh, well, I mean, Lorhannon too, I think was pretty significant, personally. But also, because I thought about when, the first time you dropped your disguise in front of everybody, revealing you were a Yiga to everybody. You see that moment play out before you once again, Lydian. And when Lorhannon finally decided to no longer disguise himself, um, and just the deep friendships and things he's developed, learning about love, but also learning about love in the way that he has come to love and be loved by the rest of you,
Mm. And
because that is all of significance.
I think I also probably would see almost what he sees with his whole like adopting Inari's fighting style and the whole like smite and everything, just kind of that journey more clearly displayed to Lydian, I think, in a sequential order. So okay. Got it. No whereabouts of Korea from that, but
It's Lorhannon in the movie.
A lot to sit on. Yeah, Lorhannon in the movie. He's got a
You
spinoff.
you like say anything like?
I think I think honestly, like, I wanted to know more about Korea, but I think that what you said was right, where it was just very disturbing, and I kind of just like waved off the kind of process of becoming a blade master. But there were some like really visceral acts in there that I don't think like would settle on my stomach very well. Um, and I think I would just kind of come out of the legend lore with a slight like bit more of understanding, I guess, from everything that you did before, and just say you've lived a very storied life.
I'm sorry if you had to see all of it.
No, I cast the spell. It's shouldn't run from our pasts, no matter how ugly. I I learned a touch more about Korea. She, you know, hated when you were born.
Yeah, I have, now that I've kind of read this, I have a little extra I'd like to say on that from like the very beginning. Um, she was 9. Lorhannon was 2, just about when Lorhannon was taken. And you feel from like Lorhannon's start, there was always just so much resentment coming from that sister force towards him. Uh, just from the moment he started to exist. Um, I think that's a very important thing for the beginning that I didn't say.
Yeah, I mean, if anything becomes relevant, I'll speak on it. But in general, the whole thing was very enlightening. So I think eventually I will be casting that on probably everybody, but just the most relevant when we're tracking down your half sister.
Learn about the Kokiri.
That's kind of true. I guess could is the Kokiri like a, you know, like a designation that somebody has or something, or like is Natari half Kokiri, like it's a race or a species or something?
Sounds like something you'd need to cast legend lore about.
Okay, well, I don't know. Because if I'm basically thinking, like, if I cast Legend Lore on Natara, do I learn about the Kokiri in general? Just like how, like, if I was to cast it on Lorhannon, would I get it about, like, Sheikah in general? Or, I don't know.
Lorraine
I don't
has Sheikah.
I've been doing too much talking to other people today. So.
Anybody doing anything else? Would you want? Do you want to scry on Ozzy?
We'll, we'll, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Sure.
I feel like I've done a lot of facing, and
What's Aquila doing?
I'm
Yeah.
tinkering.
You're tinkering. Awesome. Good
I
old
have to get my
reliable.
long. I've had a long. Oh, I
Aquila
have not
has
had a long rest in like 3 sessions, guys.
Aquila is tinkering. And we were all
Akila's
just like,
tinkering, trying to get some in before long rest time.
I mean, I can't. I'm just gonna tinker through the night and then long rest tomorrow. So I'll just have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
I think at this point sympathy would strike me enough to, even without Aquila knowing or anything, I might just like pat Aquila on the shoulder while she's tinkering and cast Greater Restoration.
Okay, that takes away this level of exhaustion. I'm gonna
I
get
know
one
you're
more in the
about to get
morning.
another one, but I'd rather than walk it back, like, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is anybody doing
We're
anything through
assuming-
the night?
we're assuming that after she tinkers, she'll be able to sleep. Which, I don't know.
I don't think I'm. Yeah, I think it'll be too late anyway. After I finish, I'll just start identifying shit. with the
All right.
rest of my time.
So at some point in the night, you will finish tinkering. Is that what we're saying?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on like when our long rest starts and when I start tinkering, right? If there's like an hour or two difference between those two
Yeah,
times.
it's definitely staggered. I don't think you guys kind of settle in for maybe like an hour or two, and then you can take your long rest. So like Lydian's legend lore and like anything that happens before the long rest would be taking place. And then we would officially start it with like watches and everything. Um, so probably by the start of Dawn Watch, uh, you'd have completed 8 hours of tinkering.
Perfect timing.
Great. And then you can head to the stuff. Is anybody else doing anything through the like during the night? Any watches or any conversations?
I'm definitely taking a watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody doing anything during their watches? You guys are in the tiny hut, so there's not too much.
Just so we know, I would probably tinker outside of the tiny hut.
Okay.
So make sure that Aquila does not get mauled by a bear.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I just don't want to blow anyone up as well in the middle of the night.
True. True. Very good. Akila, give me 3D100 rolls. We'll do Lorhanon's watch, Inari's watch, and Natara's watch to see if anything happens.
17, 22, and 54.
Cool. All right. During Lorhanon's watch, Akila, how would this? I'm trying to think of if there's a cool way that this could manifest. Um, at one point during Lorhanon's watch, uh, even though you're engrossed in your work, I think at one point you'd look up and make eye contact with him. Uh, and what thoughts cross your mind when when this happens?
Oh man, it's been a complex couple of days. There's been a rift in ethical gang, trouble and unethical paradise.
A lot of
True.
unethical things happening in general.
Who could have seen it coming?
Uh, what would
What
my
crosses your mind?
just super sleep deprived thoughts? Um, yeah, I know, just like complete like surface level thoughts. It would be he really wanted to be shorter.
Lorhan, you hear that in your head from Aquila.
I try to hide my displeasure.
Okay,
Ooh.
I guess I've touched a nerve.
Uh, you guys are able to communicate telepathically for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, awesome.
Back to the beginning.
Back to where it started from.
But if there's nothing else that is said, Laura Hannon,
I think,
outside of hearing that, oh, go ahead.
I mean, like, if I'm thinking things, like, does Aquila know, or would it only be if we?
It's like it's a form of communication. I'm saying like that was kind of the start because Akila maybe wouldn't have necessarily known that this was happening. I just wanted to kick it off, but uh, you've been able
I
to
think
communicate telepathically with people before, so you know what's
true.
happening.
I think Lorhanon would be a little bit petty and kind of like whisper in his mind to himself a few times, like, uh, you know, something like, "Yeah, it'll all work out in the end for her. It'll all work out in the end for her. Fine, it's fine."
In the sense that Akila hears that,
Yes.
Akila, that
I think
does reach your mind.
I think it would be like in a like as much in like a under his breath way as one can communicate telepathically.
Yeah. You hear the mutterings of Lorhannon in your head, Akila.
If you have something you want to say, just go out and say it. I at least prefer the way Lydian does things when he voices his displeasure with me.
The girls are fighting.
It's messy.
I don't find it. I don't know if I appreciate uh, you know the way that you think of me.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I heard your thought a moment ago. Like, what do you care? Like, what happened in the Great Fairy's Grotto?
I didn't mean anything by it. I was simply surprised. I spend my entire time in this group looking up at people, so I was just surprised, that's all.
Sure.
It really was that one comment that brought that response from you?
I mean, perhaps not. That's just the thing that got under my skin now.
Well, then what's gotten under your skin not now?
I I think I've made my position rather clear that
I see. By the way, do you have a spare mighty banana? How's your vision doing? If there's nothing else, I'll get back to work.
I'm not going to respond to that.
Oh man. When Akila gets back to work, and eventually your watch comes to an end, Lorhannon, and yeah, well, uh, you wake Inari. Inari, you begin your watch. Um,
I
keeping
think
the eye.
I think
Go ahead.
I think Inari would be able to tell that Orhan's like annoyed, or upset.
Oh gosh.
But but I wouldn't say.
You wouldn't say anything? Okay. And Ari's gonna respect the silence that Lorhannon is giving because they're two peas in a pod, so she wouldn't want to bug him about it because she looks from Lorhannon and looks to Aquila and like can connect the dots. Like makes sense. So she'll pat Lorhannon on the shoulder, um, and I guess spend time looking out for Aquila.
And at some point into your watch, suddenly there's a bright light and a boom. I don't know if the sound picked that up. Boom, like a boom. As Aquila and everything she's working on are engulfed in flames. Aquila, you
It
take
happens.
8
Like,
fire damage. Uh, and Nara, you witness that.
So it is like, like
Zahra,
when like in movies where like if someone catches on fire and the person's like running around trying to find like the fire extinguisher and is like sort of tweaking, like that's and then she does that for 2 seconds and then she remembers that she like has this innate knowledge of how to create water. So she's like, wait. She'll cast that to hopefully extinguish her friend who is currently on fire.
Yep.
Does that?
You douse Aquila and the fire that surrounds her with your water.
And then Anari will immediately bend down on both knees so that she's like sort of eye level with Aquila. So, are you and you know, like as she's doing this, she already has her hands like on Aquila's shoulders so that she's like using her gifts as a paladin to heal her friend. Are you okay? Like are you hurt? Did you feel that? Like what just happened?
I'll sort of have basically just kept working through it, and then sort of just be like, "Oh, what? Oh no, yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for the water."
Like the Hereditary soundtrack is playing in my
Yeah.
head. It's so unnerving.
Aquila is now covered in paint thinner right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Nari does that sigh and then sort of like runs her hands down her leg until they're on her knees, so she's sort of bent over. How am I more concerned about this than you are?
Is this what it's going to be like every night, where everyone voices their displeasure?
I don't think concern for you is displeasure.
I'm fine. And even if I wasn't fine, I couldn't die right now.
Oh yeah, that's totally my fault that my father is that way. Just like it's your
I
fault that you're in your predicament, is that correct?
I wasn't blaming, I was saying there was no danger. But I appreciate the concern nonetheless.
Anari really understands why Lord Hannon walks out of this feeling a certain type of way. Anari,
Tequila.
yeah. Good luck to whoever it is. I think it's Lydian who's going.
No, it's
It's
Natara.
Natara.
Natara. Well, Natara will be the one person who somehow does not instigate Aquila's ire, maybe. Yeah, and Anari will just
but I don't know what Aquila is gonna say to me. So
Anari will just sigh, nod, and I think because she doesn't really know what to do at this point, is going to just kind of move so that she is sitting with her back to Aquila, where it's like almost touching. And in Gerudo, she's simply going to say, I'll be here no matter what. Just try to not catch on fire next time.
Okay, with your back to me, you will hear that there is a pause in like the shuffling of like tools and stuff like that for like 5 seconds. And then I'll continue. And you just hear a Sarkso.
Yeah, I think Inari would spend the rest of the night on her watch, kind of just silently standing watch, you know, as good as that actually means coming from Inari. And she'll just wait until it's time to wake Natara up to replace her.
Yeah, you go and wake Natara. And Natara, you begin to keep watch over Aquila as she works. And eventually, uh, as you're keeping your attentive watch, uh, out of nowhere, there is a goddess that appears near Aquila.
What?
Aquila, you see a sort of depiction of a goddess appear before you, just kind of like hands out, just kind of looking down, very still.
Is it doing anything, or is it just like when you say
That's fair.
depiction, is it like an illusion, or is it just like a mural on the ground or something?
It is like a full formed like figure. It looks to be godlike.
Do I recognize what goddess it is?
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. Shit. That burns my intelligence advantage thing.
You don't have to if you don't. I can if you don't want to. You don't have to.
I don't want to.
Okay. Yeah. Uh. um. Yeah. There is a goddess standing there for a moment. She kind of like moves a little bit. And then after a minute disappears. And what you were working on falls back apart.
All right then. I'll continue working.
And Natara, you see this happen. You see a godly figure appear before Aquila, just kind of hang out there for a minute and then disappear.
Yeah, there's a grandmother in a field of flames next to Aquila.
I think Aquila might be the main character.
Aquila can do
guys.
the craziest thing with the craziest things with technology.
They do the darndest things, these
It's
Crazy how
technological
Aquila
wonders.
makes that.
Nearing the end of Natara's watch, we are nearing the end of Aquila's 8 hours of tinkering. Please make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Me?
Yeah, you,
What? Jenna.
Jenna.
Do I have No, I don't have disadvantage on this. So it's a 21.
Okay.
Did I want to fail that? Do I feel like I know what's happening?
You're just making a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
Um,
man.
You have to descend to get. You gotta go left to go right.
I don't
know?
think that's what I need to do. I think there's something else I need to do.
Uh, um, is anybody taking the fourth watch? There are 3 Rito guys here that could take a watch if you guys want.
Stick one of them in front of Aquila and just be
knowing everything that's going on with Aquila, I will say before I go to bed, hey Lokrin, can you get the last watch? Just get the dawn watch. Our usual gal is she's gonna be busy. Just keep an eye. Okay. Good night.
Yeah. Natar, you go and wake Locrian, who is just, still pretty despondent, but he's like, yeah, okay. He gets up and sits down to take a watch. Akila, you're done tinkering, so whatever you want to do, uh, I don't, what do you want to do?
I feel like I spend like 5 minutes like stretching my hands. And then I will I don't know, should I start identifying stuff, guys?
You guys did get some stuff last time.
Did we?
We got a lot of stuff. We still have some stuff that we didn't even identify from the time before as well.
Hey, I got my maze spell. That's all I need.
It's true. I'm gonna start identifying stuff, Jenna.
What are you looking at?
Let's go with the emerald necklace first.
This is a Great Fairy necklace, emerald variety. It uh it is very rare, requires attunement. You learn the contagion spell. You can cast the spell without expending a spell slot. Once you cast the spell in this way, you can't cast it again in this way until you finish a long rest. You can also cast the spell using spell slots you have of the appropriate level. This spell uses your spellcasting ability.
This is a good spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think we know whose this is.
Yeah. Well, they're all.
This is like
they're all
the
Phasia.
yeah.
Like if we have all 3, does it like tell us where her grotto is or something? That's not
Can we triangulate? All right. How about the cloak?
The cloak. This is a cloak of the Arakuda, aka Cloak of the Bat. Except instead of bat wings, it's an Arakuda wing.
Oh man, Do you guys want me to have the cloak of the bat instead of the wings? Because then I can I can be wearing the shadow armor and have the cloak of the bat on as well.
Except it's Aracuda, so it's like the yellow, blue, pink kind of colors.
Yeah.
Does the cloak require attunement or no?
Yes.
Okay, I marked this down then.
Okay. How about the ancient tech orb?
Ancient tech looking orb. This is a crystal ball.
Whoa.
Yep.
Wow. Free scry.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Is it a-
Do I know
is it a
which
free scry?
type it is?
Are there different types?
Yes.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. This is just the very rare item, not the legendary item, right?
Yes, just
Okay,
a
great.
regular old crystal ball.
Okay. Wait, this is like forever scrying.
Wait, what do you mean?
This is like not like you're done using spell slots for scrying now. This thing you can
Does it allow
scry.
you to do it for free?
Yes.
Really?
While touching it, you can cast the scrying spell with it.
Guys, there's so much hot goss to go around now.
I'll say DC 17 is not that much of a beat. It's just one off of your regular.
Yeah.
Do both the very rare and the legendary require attunement, or is it just the legendary that requires attunement?
Very rare requires attunement.
Okay,
I'll attune to that in the morning.
sure, it's yours. The disc.
This is a travel medallion.
Yes! That's so good! Yeah, baby! That's what it's all about. That's what I've been waiting for.
I will share this because I
But it's only one of them.
There's
Ah.
one travel medallion.
That's fine. That's so useful.
Oh wait, I forgot that you only need one. You don't need both.
Yeah, we can put that shit anywhere.
Wow.
Hang on, I want to double check if this should require attunement.
See, I didn't know if that would be there in the maze because I know it's in that maze.
It says it does, but I want to double check if that makes sense. I'm gonna get rid of attunement on this, actually. In fact, I think
Yeah,
that's
it
dumb.
makes sense that it would be like connected to the slate. So like if you have the slate.
Yeah. This is what it is. I'll read it. When you finish a long rest, you may opt to use this medallion to create a waypoint at your location. The waypoint functions as a permanent teleportation circle. If you create a new waypoint while another waypoint created by this medallion already exists, the old one is destroyed.
Okay, so it's not super busted, but it's also still very
Yeah.
good.
Yes. You have to
You're gonna
complete
have
a
to,
long
like,
rest,
collect it
but you
somehow.
can bebop over there as your own personal shrine teleportation.
Wow.
So we
Wait till
can
we're 17th level and I can just. No.
So
Except
at
now you
least
have that.
yeah,
What else are you
Alright.
identifying?
that's why
It's time. It's time to look through my Lego set manuals. I have 2 numbered schematics that I've not looked at yet.
Yes.
Can I identify, or do I need to make a check for them?
These are checks. These are intelligence checks.
Just straight intelligence.
I believe so. Let me hang on. Before you make the roll, let me pull it up. Schematics. Where do I have this written? I thought it was there, but it's not. I don't remember where it is, but it is an intelligence check.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna make it straight roll because I'm exhausted, but I have advantage on my next intelligence check. 23.
That's a
Nice
good
roll.
roll. That is a very good roll. So which one are you looking at?
I had the one numbered 2, right? So I guess I'll look at the first one.
Okay, I mean you have 1, 2, and 3 now. So you're looking at 1.
Right, yeah, I think I already got at least the cost information for 2, so I guess I'll look at the first one now.
Okay. Mysterious schematic 1. You definitely get the cost information from this. I will add it to here to the Aquila schematics real quick. Um, it is 2 giant ancient cores, 14 ancient gears, 8 ancient shafts, 32 ancient springs, and 80 ancient screws. 80. And
Oh man.
this one is what this makes is you can't quite fully identify it, but you can get the sense that what it is not big, but it is extremely complex.
Interesting. All right, I guess I will try the last one then as well, the number
Sure.
3 schematic. This
Go
is
ahead.
with disadvantage.
Yep. Unless
Can I cast Enhance ability on myself to get
yes, you
advantage?
can. You're not taking a long rest, so
I know, I'm just really running out of spells. All right, straight roll for intelligence. Big 9.
big 9. You can tell that.
Can I? Well, it's
Go
probably
ahead.
not worth it to make it a 14. No, I'm not going to make
Okay.
it a 14. Go ahead.
You begin to unpack this. Uh, this requires more springs than anything you've seen before. Um, you just keep looking in their springs. It doesn't require any giant cores. You're kind of just starting to put the pieces together. Um, and you no, I don't think you would get that from it. I will say you know that it does require 4 ancient cores, which is interesting, which is of interest. All right.
The computer.
Yeah. Anything else you're looking at?
I mean, I guess I'll look at the other schematics. You probably, I can't keep looking at this schematic over and over again, right? Like I probably have to wait another day before I take a look at it.
Which one?
The one that I just sort of beefed on.
That's as for the amount of time that you spend looking at it, that's as much as you'll be able to get out of it right now.
Okay, right. All right, I have 2 generic schematics as well that I'll try and make checks for. And then that'll be it for me.
Um, what do I have? Okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, don't even bother, Jenna. That's another 9 and then a crit fail for a 6.
Yikes. I'm sorry. You are so tired.
Yeah.
And you can't make heads or tails of it. I feel like at this point, when you're trying to look at some of these, it's just like it's not getting into your head. You're just kind of looking at it, but not actually comprehending or perceiving anything on the page.
For the crit fail, can I just fall asleep and like basically collapse on top of the schematic?
Yes, absolutely. Um, and with Locrian keeping the dawn watch, sun begins to rise. Uh, almost all of you gain the benefits of a long rest. Uh,
Damn.
and you probably all find Aquila asleep, honestly, if you just totally crashed on not that long ago.
Oh boy, I love long rests.
When my friends are not going through mental terrors beyond my comprehension. That's
Guys,
also really
this is
cool.
really mean to me right now. You guys are being very mean.
We're being mean to you. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, for real though.
Um, can I don't know how I would know this information, but just inspecting all the stuff and the stuff scattered at Akila's feet, I guess, as she's sleeping, could I see the crystal ball and would I know that it might be something to attune to, or would she need to tell me that?
I
I mean, I probably would have. I write notes myself. I know Akila would also be writing an inventory of this, so there'd probably be my book nearby that has all my
Yeah.
sort of identified details.
You could figure it out.
All right. Seeing that, I think I would. I feel like Lydian finds it a very meditative practice to do his scrying and legend loring in the morning. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like it's very like let's get the daily news. So having said that, I'm gonna unattune the Hylian hood, and then attune the crystal ball, and then I'll try it out. And I want to try to scry on Phasia.
On Phasia?
Yes. See what I see. You know, if she's on the material plane, if I see fog, just get a confirmation.
And we have possessions of hers.
We do. Yeah, we do have her necklace and shit. Let me tell you her modifier if it matters at all. Which is that we've heard of her. She gets a +5. We have possession. She gets a +1 to this roll.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I think that nothing comes up, Lydian, as if she is not on the plane.
Okay. All good. No spell slot used or anything. So I'll take out a pen, and Akila might get mad at me, but I'm gonna write in the margins of Akila's notebook and just say thank you -L, and then think about it for a little bit, and then say -LY.
I know whose flowing hand that is.
You think knows how to write?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, he's a child soldier,
You're
man.
right. You're so right.
Are you trying to scry on anybody else?
That's all I got right now. I was just thinking of Phasia. Maybe we can get some
We
confirmation, but
want to just use
just
it for
rattle them off. I don't know. What's Ozzy doing?
You created a monster here, Jenna.
Hang on. Are you using the crystal ball? Or are you casting the spell?
That's a great question. Because so also this crystal ball, we just found it in a chest. Do I think that this crystal ball is tied to a great fairy whatsoever?
No, it is. It has like Shikatek to it. It is like a
Oh, okay,
Shikatek
perfect.
looking orb.
Then yeah, I'm using the crystal ball just because I'm using this to fire off bunch of them.
When you try to scry on Ozzy with that, the light in the ball goes out.
I hope Akila got a warranty on this thing.
Did you break it?
You're asleep.
Try and scry on the rule. Try and scry on the rule.
Can I try to use the ball to scry on Drooly?
Nothing happens.
Oh my god!
He immediately broke.
And I know you broke it as well because you wrote my stupid book.
I scratch out thank you. And I'm like, no, this works, and I'm gonna burn a 5th level regular spell, and I'll scry on Daruli because I need that
Okay.
for my sister.
All right, let me roll.
My God.
This is an 18 rather than a 17 DC. I can't believe we broke that.
I actually want you guys to scry on Daruli. I
Just fudge it.
rolled another crit. I rolled it
Never
on
fudge it.
D20. I rolled it on roll 20.
It's
I
a
know, I'm not
scry. It
gonna
doesn't.
make up.
Fudge.
Gonna make up. No.
It's for the lore. It doesn't
I
matter.
know, but
Fudge
the
no
dice,
rolls.
the dice say you don't get to know this information yet. So that's how the game works.
All right.
I can't believe we broke our crystal ball within 10 seconds.
I mean, you have spell slots. You could try and scry on her.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Oh,
Possibly cause the scrying on her to break our crystal ball. That's
She's
crazy.
she probably has.
she's
some
like the
sort of-
champion of the Great Fairy of Chaos.
I
I
thought
feel
that she was.
like-
I thought she was gonna curse you. Honestly, when you scryed on her, I really thought she was gonna like blind you or something for the day.
Do we know if there's any spell in 5e that like gives you a negative penalty if somebody tries to scry on you?
No.
No.
Nope.
Like non-detection plus or something with like
No.
a negative
Non-detection
that.
premium.
non-detection premium.
you have to subscribe.
Yeah.
This is non-detection.
Non-detection DDoS attack.
Like if we
DDoS attack.
Oh my god.
we don't even have like none of us have like the can't tell like does the crystal ball still have its magic or is it like fully just
The lights are off on it. I know it's
I
broken now.
I think I will
well, like maybe it's just like out of battery. Maybe we just need to replace
Yeah, I
the
guess
battery.
I'll find out when I wake up, and it's now added to my list of things I need to
Well-
fucking fix.
well, wait a minute. Give me 1 second. I need to look up
I haven't
attunement
slept
rules.
in 4 days, guys, and I have a backlog of things I need to fix
I do
now.
not need this to add to Akila's ego. I'm not a fan.
Um
Guys,
okay.
I have to say, I
At the
love
end
you
of
all, but Akila's my favorite today.
At the end of a short rest, the creature gains an intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties of the item, including any necessary command words. So, like, I feel like if I'm attuned to this item, do I understand if it still has magic in it? Period. That's
make
just
an Arcana
dormant,
check.
or okay.
Here we go.
It's a 12.
You know that you currently can't cast the scrying spell using this. Just currently. You're still tuned. It's still a magic item.
Okay, so it might just be like a stunning sort of thing, and then it might come back. Anyway, either way, I'm gonna hide this on my person from Aquila. Basically, hiding the vase that I just broke at my mom's house.
Swept it under the rug.
Yeah, swept it under the rug. Exactly. Lydian's embarrassed.
Anybody else doing anything?
Oh jeez.
Any other scries?
I don't think anything we do could top what Lydian just did, so
It's
Or
fine.
is like trying to process process his emotions. He does.
Is there a fire?
I don't think they
Serenity now.
for real. I think that Lorhan would try to resolve his and cooking for the day. I don't know if we have any ingredients actually to cook with. I guess we have some sun mushroom. We're going into a colder area.
Sun shrooms and warm Saflina, so you could eat a mighty banana.
Yeah, that would be a petty thing that Lorhanan could do is make sun shrooms for everyone else, and then some sort of mighty banana thing just for Akira.
God.
It's escalating. The war is escalating.
Oh.
I made it special.
I
You should do that. It'd be
think
very,
Lorhanan-
very
I think
funny.
Lorhanan would I think I'm escalating.
Wow.
I think the only thing Lorhan and Aquila know to do is to escalate.
So can I at least for Akila's meal use? I guess it's not. It's just the ability score, not a skill. I'm cooking. I want to add some intimidation to the meal.
I
Anger
think,
cooking.
I think for Akila's meal, you can use intimidation.
We're gonna cook it really well.
That's right.
How many ingredients are you using?
Let's see. What do we have? I feel bad if we don't cook for our guests, but we really don't have that much food.
I mean, you have a ton of mighty bananas.
I do have a ton of my. They can have our food. How much does yeah. So we've got 9 sun shrooms. Does that sort of probably does not cover 4 people?
9 sunshrooms?
Yes.
4 is a stretch. Do you have anything else you could throw in?
We've got goat butter.
Yeah.
Warm Saflinas do the same thing as sunshrooms, right?
Yes. We also have warm saflina.
Okay. How many?
We could throw in 3 warm saflina with our sun shrooms and goat butter.
Okay. Oh man, I'm dying. Uh, go ahead. Make a cooking check using intimidation. No wait, no, this is not for Akila. Go
This is
ahead.
not for
How are you cooking this one?
I think I would try to like slice I'm imagining like slicing the mushrooms into really like slices,
Yeah.
more dexterity, shall
Yes.
I say.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check. To cut these all with precision and evenly so that they cook evenly.
Hey, Lydian, do you want to give inspiration?
What's that?
As in Lydian, do you want to give me any bardic inspiration?
Oh. Yeah, I didn't hear the first part of your message. Yeah, I can throw one your way, sure.
You've got a few.
That's a D12.
Did I not loop this song?
All right. That is a 24.
That changes things. For the next 24 hours, all who partake in this meal have resistance to cold damage and are immune to non-magical cold damage.
What was your intimidation roll for the Achilles
I
meal?
haven't made that.
Oh, I thought you made that first. Okay.
Yeah, so that is a very good meal. It's a very good meal. And as for Akila's meal, how many mighty bananas are you using?
Killa is getting 5 mighty bananas.
Okay. Go ahead, make an
Ground
intimidation.
up into a paste. She's getting essentially banana paste.
Lovely.
Delicious.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
There's one banana left, and it's like right in the middle, so it looks like a middle
Oh,
finger.
you got so lucky, or maybe unlucky? Question mark.
Oh man.
I rolled a two on the die, so it's a 15 intimidation.
Yeah. So mighty attack. Akila, for the next 24 hours, you gain a +1 to hit on attacks.
If I eat that.
I think it's melee attacks though.
If
Weapon.
I eat it.
If
Right.
she eats
If you eat it, if you eat it,
it.
+1 to your weapon attacks.
Wow.
You know, for all the
If
weapons
you,
you use.
Ever.
Here's something that's useless, and it's also paste. Good luck. So, are we on our way to Rito Village or what?
Is there any further interaction between Morhanon and Akila?
I mean, I'm
after that?
unconscious still, I think. So
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Akila's conked out. Like, guys, do we carry her? Or do we just like we can't stay here for 8 more hours?
I'll carry. I can carry her. I really need to. I can conjure my bird.
I was gonna say put her on the bird. We can put her on
Yeah.
Put her on the
Yeah,
carpet on the
carpet.
bird.
It
the carpet on the
Wrap her in the carpet, put her on the
Exactly.
bird.
exactly. Yeah, I think Jenna during this time anyway, and Ari would have been conjuring the bird, no matter what. So the bird would be here, ideally.
Sure.
So I mean, if we want to leave it, Nari can lift Akila up onto the bird, but that's if we plan on leaving.
Yeah, I don't think we can just stay here.
I mean, as soon
Yeah.
as you start like messing with me to put me on something, I will get up groggily and just walk and be, travel normally.
Okay.
Are you eating your banana paste?
I guess I see this horrific thing.
Yeah, Lorena made you breakfast. Lydia
Really?
has no idea what it is.
At least I didn't include the peels. Like it could have been worse.
Do I see that like everyone else had a specifically different breakfast? It's
I
just
think,
this one.
yeah, I think that everybody, though they're like cleaned up by now, you can tell that this was made separate, and any like remains from other food is different than what this is.
What do I say here that is particularly escalatory?
Thanks again for that sunshroom stuff, Lorraine. That hit the spot, just like Solella used to make.
Oh, that's so nice. Like, wow.
I will not even touch it and start like getting ready to head out, and I'll just remark, I'll just eat rations. Wouldn't want to get addicted.
Y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Lord Hannon will think but not retort.
It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, I love it so much.
All right, who's
Guys.
talking to who?
Guys, let's keep the spirits high, okay? We're almost to my hometown.
Speaking of that, Lydian, you get a message pretty much right away this morning. Lo's voice comes in. Oh God, I have to do that voice and I'm dying. She comes in to talk about our moms. Things aren't really making sense around here anymore, and I need you. Are you somewhere nearby for the wedding tomorrow?
I can't believe we didn't even like.
We forgot. A threat to
Yeah.
lesbians in one place is a threat to
Gosh,
lesbians
doesn't it-
everywhere.
Exactly.
You're going to Rio Village, fuckers!
I don't want to.
I'm saying, Yes. I think I have a few ideas. We're traveling back with the Bachelor crew. See you in a few hours.
What? You send that off. And you guys
We dragged that grumpy ass lesbian out of the mountains.
It's not her fault that the Great Fairies are the worst. Okay.
Yeah. Guys,
Yeah,
my
but
mom's
think of like, sorry, Lydian. What are your mother's names again? It's Solela and Cree, right?
Cree and Solella, yeah.
Yeah, but like think of what like a Cree level friend is compared to like a normal level friend.
Yeah, a Cree level friend is not the same thing as a Cree level wife, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like you don't really get much out
I feel
of
like Cree tolerates friends.
that. Like
think we should
knowing that there's
just-
no love in her heart now is like that's more painful.
Like Kree and Taba are like as close of friends, and they're just like we work together.
Yeah. I'm
We
not
are
looking forward.
colleagues.
I'm not looking forward to because Solella is very like a romantic person, so I'm not looking forward to like seeing the dynamic unfold.
You guys begin to make your way. Is anybody doing anything as you travel for a couple hours this morning?
Nadara has to address the escalation, don't you?
We need a third party mediator to come in.
We're gonna talk about the face snake in the room, or
The face snake on the path.
Oh my god.
Continue.
I mean, I guess Natara would probably like pull aside and just ask why he's provoking Aquila. What's going on there? Why are you upset with her?
I didn't start. Okay, like you have to ask her, like why. I just don't understand why she thinks it's okay to treat me like I'm any different. Like
Any different how?
well, it seems like she thinks that she's somehow better than the rest of us. And I don't think I appreciate that very much. Because I thought we were doing this all as a team. And I know that I wasn't great at that at first. Think that I have tried more recently.
I would agree with that. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think that provoking her is necessarily promoting a team bondedness, though.
Supposed to just let her put me down.
To let her do anything, but to keep escalating it is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate your advice.
Natara's doing the just ignore her. She'll stop. Don't let her get to you. I'm sorry that you feel like Aquila has been looking down on you. I think that tensions are high and maybe we all just need to take, I guess we can't really take a break, but
Yes, let's just do the job that we're here to do. Yeah.
you make this so hard for me.
Anybody doing anything else while you guys before you reach Rito's stable?
I don't think so.
Eventually you guys come upon Rito's stable, and I think the thing that catches your attention the most is the absence of horses here. This is a very busy stable, and there are no horses currently here. No donkeys, no nothing.
Can I talk to the stable owner up at the front and just kind of say, let me guess, your horses went crazy?
How did you know?
It's all over the papers everywhere. All the animals are just doing their thing.
Can't have dangerous horses here. And all of them were a risk, so had to send them off.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's how how the weather goes sometimes.
I've never seen anything like it before in my life.
Maybe somebody will put a stop to it. What's going on in the village? Anything crazy?
No.
Good to hear. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, you guys,
Is oh yeah, the shrine's not here. It's up at the
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
inside
little
the
bit further.
town. You guys enter. Welcome back to Rito Village.
Oh, musical
Um,
cue.
yeah. Uh, where's the order? There it is. Tier 1. Um, you guys return to Rito Village. You begin to wind up the wooden structure that has fixed itself to the spire at the center of the lake here. Um, Passing by uh, roosts that are homes. Um, the Slippery Falcon, Rito Landing. When you are making your way up and you pass by Swallow's Roost Inn, notice where you see two familiar faces hanging out here. A familiar Dragon Roost native and her father.
Oh man, this is about to be very sad.
And
No.
the recognition gives you guys pause. You turn to enter to greet them, and in a rather muted expression, Oh God, I have to do this.
You don't have to. You can do third person if you want.
No,
Seriously.
I'm fine.
You're gonna commit? Okay. Godspeed.
I'm ending this so soon. I'm dying. But
You can just do third person, Jenna. It's fine. I don't need the.
no,
Kick it off next time with this.
no.
Nar.
No.
You see Ionia chilling here with Pavilion. And she looks up and sees you guys and goes, "Oh hey, haven't seen you in a while."
Hey, Ionia. I suddenly don't. I mean, it's good to see you.
Oh yeah, I mean, hi lady. It's good to see you. As the rest of you. How you been?
Good. We were gonna meet for the wedding, right?
Yeah.
That's not happening, or
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I was just kind. Oh my God, I can't do this. She says that she came here. I'm dying too much. Uh, uh, came here to attend. You know, like she promised you. You know,
Well-
nothing special.
maybe we'll get some drinks or something. But have you seen? Is Lo here, or is Lo at the flight range?
She is like, "Oh, Lo, that's your sister, right?
Oh yeah. Did you not meet everybody in Rito Village as soon as you came here? That's like how we do things.
Seems like everybody was kind of busy for the wedding preparations, but it's all kind of died down a bit. And you guys notice that the place, like everywhere, is quite decorated, uh, with different like ribbons and things. But
Awkward.
the town is not bustling like you'd expect Lydian for a wedding. And it's a little bit sad, but it's kind of like just like different.
So you said she was. I guess yeah. I would describe her. Does she have like red feathers, Jenna, or
Who, Lo?
Lo? I thought she was like a crane-like.
She is a crane. Bird.
This is extreme D&D, Jenna.
I know. I so badly want to get to a stopping point that like is good. She does have some red feathers around her head, but for the most part, it is white, with black edging.
Yeah, I would just describe that description to Ionia, and I guess yeah, like we'll catch up with you later. Hi Pavilion as well. Did you ever find a new sword, by the way, or no?
He holds up. It's like a sword. It has sort of like a green handle to it, and like a sea glass blue kind of blade. And he's like, "Yep, got it taken care of."
Well,
See you
that's
guys.
a gorgeous weapon.
Yeah. They're very muted. They are not super enthusiastic about you guys.
Do I guess like do I feel like also very muted, or like do I think that
Yeah.
something's weird?
I mean, like, it doesn't feel right, but like, you don't know how else it's supposed to.
Yeah. Well, I guess I.
Uh-oh. Wait a second.
What?
Is this feeling expanding? Because you said like it's like you feel like that to even like our friends.
No. She said that like. She said that like the friendship bonds are like still there, but it's just romantic love that's gone.
Yeah, they're just not
Cool,
being
yeah.
like overly enthusiastic and stuff.
Yeah, it feels weird because there was this whole big gathering at Rito Village for this wedding, and now everybody's like, what do we do weddings for? Like, what does that even mean?
What even is the institution of marriage?
Yeah,
Right.
they just kind of stopped caring.
And you're like, man, when I was a kid, like weddings were such a big deal. Like this one was nowhere near.
I think that would be the case. I would be like, oh my god, like weddings were so big. Like, I guess nobody really cares all that much. I was building up in my head that this was going to be a big thing, but I don't even know why. Anyway, I'm going to talk to my family. I'll catch you guys around.
You guys head up to your family roost, Lydian. On the way, you pass by Birds of Clay, in the same tier, not far from your home, and that's where you see Solella. She is working here, and she's just kind of like very like busied herself. You would have expected when you showed up, she would have just dropped whatever she was doing and like been like all over you. But instead, she is just kind of like despondent, like doesn't even like realize that you're there at first. As she like forms her clay.
Hi, Mom. Hello. Oh,
Sorry?
are you sick?
Be nice.
I'm sorry.
She looks up and she goes, "Oh, hi, Lydian. We're friends."
Where's Cree?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know, dear. I guess I'm just. I don't know.
Yeah. You don't need to explain anything. I get a general sense of blasé around here.
Personally, I am done trying to dote all over someone with the emotional depth of a brick.
Whoa!
She doesn't even come home half the time anyway, but when she does, I'm just another soldier in her company. I think I'm just done.
Oh, that's. I mean. Solella, have you felt a change of heart a lot lately? I don't mean to raise any alarm bells or anything, but this is all happening for a reason, not a good reason, but it's all of love and all of Hyrule seems to be in turmoil. So if it felt like a very sudden change of heart, I mean, there's a reason for it, and it's connected to.
I feel like it may have always been this way, and maybe I was blind to it before.
Where is she? Is she preparing to go up to the bird?
Of course she is.
We might have to take her up on that.
Or we could take her place.
Or we could take her place. Thanks, Akila.
I am happy that you and your friends are safe. It is nice to see you.
I mean, you as well. Where's Lo?
Probably over with Cree.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Right. Just take care and just take care. Try to put your heart at ease.
Thanks,
I'll head
dear.
over to I forget what it's called, the landing.
You're going up to Rivali's Landing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is where the shrine is that you guys can register. I will add that to your map of places you have.
Good to know one thing in this continent is still working.
And I think with that obtained, now you have teleportation access to Rio Village. Looking out across the lake towards where the flight range is at Dronox Pass. That's where we'll end. I am sorry I'm falling apart at the end here, but I am sick.
Don't apologize.
Uh,
Yeah, like
And we'll pick up next time as you guys are here in the much less vibrant, quite lackluster Rito Village, where there is likely to be no wedding and even more likely to be some troubles with birds in paradise. Alright,
There it is.
that's that.
This is so sad. It's like a house but not a home now.
Yep.
no.